All right, I think we are live. Yeah, we are live.
Sweet.
Just mute these two.
Okay, yeah, and it's connected. So
Yep, it's working on both ends. Very cool, very cool.
yeah, it's like delayed by like only 10 seconds, so not too bad. All right, let's wait for some people to get in here.
Oh, yours is unlisted.
I changed mine to public though.
Oh, you changed it? Let me refresh it.
Yeah, look, I can edit my video in YouTube just to check to make sure.
No, you're right. You're right. It's good now. It's good.
It's fully public. Yeah, both are. Everything's public. So.
Nice. Perfect.
Yep, just waiting for more people to come in.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Yeah, we're just waiting. Give us a couple more minutes to wait for people to join. How is everyone doing? Yeah, how is everyone doing today?
There's some guys from the previous stream that I had done a few hours ago.
Pionex
Cartel. It's going to be a Pepe kind of day, for better or worse.
How is Pepe doing?
I mean, I don't really care how it's doing because I just long and short it, but it's doing okay, I guess. It looks like it just went up to previous support, which could become future resistance. But Bitcoin looking this bullish means that Pepe will probably rise as well.
Yeah, Bitcoin is Bitcoin had a false breakdown again, so it looks like it looks like it broke Monday's highs, and now it's reversing. Classic, liquidity hunt, and then reversal. Yep. I like taking those type of trades.
That's how a lot of members of my private Discord actually make trades. We make them based off stop loss hunts, mostly of altcoins, but of Bitcoin as well. And if you look at the low that occurred at about 14:30 UTC time today, you can see that price actually went exactly $30 below the low on the 14th. Hit a lot of liquidity, then went right back up. It's just so funny.
Oh, on the 14th on Sunday, yeah, like literally Monday open, right? Literally Monday.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think the 14th is the 14th Monday.
14th,
yeah, the 14th was. But basically, you can see it dipped right below that low, and then it just went right back up to just like convince everyone to sell so that stronger traders can buy.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite setups as well. Just because if it breaks down, then it's actually real. But if it reverses and reclaims that level, then you can go long at that level and risk the low of that break. So it's like a perfect setup.
Yeah, I mean the way that on my private Discord we look at it is typically through open interest. If open interest is quite high, we expect that a stop loss hunt is likely to occur when you go just above a high or just below a low and tap liquidity, meaning kill a lot of traders of one side.
Yeah.
And when you see that happen, that a stop loss hunt did occur if you see a volume spike, a price wick, and a drop in open interest. So those three things reveal that it did happen. And that's typically a good signal to take a reversal trade.
Yep. No, I totally agree. I totally agree. Yeah, those it's basically the same concept, but just looking at open interest and seeing if people actually got washed out of the trade.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, Binance Open Interest is on TradingView now. So if you didn't know that, definitely go check it out. You don't have to use any Coinalyze or other platforms. You can get on TradingView. So how many do we have in right now? Let's see before I want to start doing like the general stuff. Let me respond to some chat. Look at LDO. Can't wait to fade her. LDO wanted some lemon juice. Is LDO even that interesting?
Lido.
Oh, geez. Wow. Yeah, that is a crazy pump. If you pull up the chart, it's just like bananas.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. I did not expect that. Is LDO on Pionex? I think it is.
No, we have Lido. Yeah.
Yeah, you do in futures too. I think it says Lido.
What's the news on Lido?
I don't know what happened, but in a few minutes it popped up like 10%, and it's going up more. So
Optimism.
I don't know.
OP as well. OP's popping too.
OP.
Yeah. A lot of these
Yeah,
altcoins are moving. Huh.
yeah. Well, it's because Bitcoin's bullish, and we have a saying in our Discord, or not really a saying, but something that I that I say. Think about the correlation to Bitcoin like this: other altcoins follow Bitcoin, kind of like a crazy X follows you around.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
It's
Are you ready for like general stuff?
Yep.
For like
Yep.
general.
Yep. I am ready.
Okay, I can kick it off. So, hi guys. As you probably know or don't know, if you're coming from Pionex, if you're coming from Twitter or anywhere, I'm Bennett Stein. I am the guy of Bitcoin Trading Challenge. Typically, when I do live trading and stuff like this, usually I do it privately, but today I'm going to be doing it publicly. So that's super exciting. I've also partnered with Pionex because I really like their dual investment product in particular. And also a lot of their latency is quite low, which I really like too. So I'm going to be showing you guys that today with some cool latency strategies that I have concocted. So that's my cool little intro.
Nice intro. Yeah, and hey guys, my name is Jay. I'm the head analyst here at Pionex, and it's a pleasure to be here speaking to you guys. I'm here with Bennett. I would say I got to know Bennett pretty well these past couple of weeks, and I'm very excited to be here. And before we get into the live trading, I just want to introduce our platform first and kind of show everybody around. I'm basically going to show how to access the different algo strategies that we are hosting on our marketplace, which includes Bennett's own strategies. And I'm hoping we will be listing many more. Bennett came up with this very exciting new one as well. I'm sure he will tell you guys about it. And we are trying to code that up and make it available on our platform. So for the more advanced users, I don't know how many of you guys create algo strategies yourself, but we will be also going over our Pionex GBT and SignalBot, where you can basically directly connect your trading view strategies onto our platform. No API keys are needed, and they will have the lowest latency around because it's a direct connection into our platform, and there's no brokers or anything that is necessary. So just a quick agenda. I will introduce our platform. Then Bennett will kind of go over his strategies on Pionex and talk about that a little bit. And for those of you who haven't seen it before, I will show the Pionex GBT and marketplace and just end off with some live trading from Bennett. And hope you guys are excited. Like Bennett said, he hasn't done this live before on YouTube. So, I mean, I am very excited for it.
Yeah. Wish me luck.
Yeah, no, you're going to do great. You are going to do great. And just a quick introduction about Pionex. Pionex is the #1 trading bot provider globally. We provide 20 free trading bots for everyone to use. And we are now hosting algo trading strategies, from different traders and, such as Bennett. And everything can be done directly on Pionex. So to copy Bennett's strategies, you don't have to do any type of coding. It's not technical at all. All you have to do is click one button and you can copy it. So the ease of use is very high. Pionex also has a wide selection of structured products, including some altcoins that are not found on any other exchanges in the world. So I hope you guys are excited as I am for today. And we are actually currently running a promotion for signing up with Bennett's link. If you guys sign up through Bennett's link, you guys get 10% off commissions. And, who doesn't like cheaper trading, right? We actually also have a futures bot giveaway right now. So if you sign up and use the futures grid trading bot, you will be able to get a portion of the 10,000 USDT bonus pool. And more information should be below in the chat, either on my live stream or on Bennett's live stream. It should be in the description box to more information. So be sure to take advantage of that right now. Yeah, so I'm going to go hand it over to Bennett. Do you want to talk a little bit more about the strategies you have on Pionex?
Sure. Yeah. And to do that, I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Share screen. Screen share. Okay. I don't want to share my whole screen. That'd be kind of annoying.
You can share one. You can share one screen.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I found a way to do it that's a lot better. Sweet. So you guys can just see Pionex, I would hope.
Let me add it to the stream. Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to be doing two things today. We're going to be trading the dual investment, which is structured right here. And I'm going to show you guys some strategies I have with that. Then I also transferred 500 USDT that I hopefully won't blow in 5 seconds to futures. So with a much safer way to do this, let's go to structured products. Dual investment. I've made a lot of videos on this before, so I don't really want to go over all of the basics, but for those who know, Jay, do you want to take away some of the basics for those that might not know this?
So I mean, for structured products, the basics is, if you guys know anything about options, it's basically like traditional options. What I like to, if you guys don't know anything about structured products, what I like to explain is kind of think about it as a time-based limit order. So it's a time-based limit order that will pay you interest while you're waiting. So for example, if you want to buy Bitcoin at 25,000, right? Then you would just go to the 25,000 target price, and then you select the day, which is the duration. So within those couple of days, right? If the price after those couple of days fall below 25,000, then you will basically buy Bitcoin at 25,000. But you will also get interest on top of that. If after your selected couple of days, price of Bitcoin doesn't go under 25,000, then you will not buy Bitcoin, just like a limit order, but you will get paid interest. So it's kind of basically a nice way to build your position while making interest.
You absolutely killed the basics. Absolutely slaughtered that. All right, man. So now I want to show you guys some strategies I have here. There's two main ways I like to use dual investment. The first is called what I like to call the anchor strategy. And then the second is more of just like a mistake fixer, if that makes sense. So let me tell you guys, I'll start with the mistake fixer kind of way that Jay and I both like to use. So let's say that you have Bitcoin, but you just sold your Bitcoin at not a great price. Let's say that you actually sold Bitcoin. Oh, we just got a pump. Awesome. Yeah. Let's say that you sold Bitcoin at like 26,500. It's not a great price. You're kind of mad, but you don't really want to buy Bitcoin any higher. This is where dual investment comes into play. If you really only want to buy Bitcoin below 26,500, here's what you can do. You go to these products right here, and you're going to look for the strike price of 26,500, as you can see right here. And then you're going to click your time frame. What we can also do is look at these aggressive ones to see if there's any more. But it seems like these 26,500s are mostly the ones that they're offering. So if we go to some of these ROIs, if I go 3 days, meaning that I'm going to have this contract live for 3 days, I make a 0.32% return. So let me walk you guys through really what that looks like. Imagine that I sold my one Bitcoin for exactly 26,500. Then I would have 26,500 USDT. If I do this, and let's say that price just stays above 26,500, maybe it pumps, maybe it doesn't, who knows, whatever. I'm just going to make $85 passively. I'm not really risking anything. I'm just going to make $85 because price can go lower. Now let's imagine that price does actually go below 26,500. Then I'm actually going to earn a little bit extra BTC. So instead of just having one BTC bought at 26,500, because you have 26,500 USDT, you can actually earn more than just one BTC, as you can see right here. So that's a way that if you sold something at a bad price, you can use this to buy something at a much cheaper price by basically giving your money to dual investment and then having that benefit. Now let's talk about the much more common way that I would say people would probably use this, which is imagine that if you bought an altcoin, right? Whether it's LDO or Pepe in the future, whatever, you bought this altcoin, but you bought it at a terrible price, meaning you bought it at like, let's say $30,000 or 29,000. Let's say you bought it at 28,000. So not a terrible price, but like not great. So you bought it at 28K, but you don't want to sell it anywhere below 28K. What do? You want to actually have more USDT no matter what, but you're willing to bag hold BTC. So here's what you're going to do. You go here, and we can see it's the 28,000 dual investment that expires in 2 days. You put your 1 BTC that you bought at not a great price at 28K, you put it here. And if BTC just goes above 28,000 and stays there at an expiration, you earn an extra $90. Okay. So not only do you sell at 28,000, essentially, you also earn a premium of $90. Now let's say that Bitcoin doesn't do that. Bitcoin just does not go above 28K. It doesn't expire above 28K. Then you're going to end up earning an extra 0.0032 Bitcoin. If you don't want to tether, you can actually also do this with Coinbase's coin, which is what I like to do, or Binance's stablecoin. It really doesn't matter. Whatever stablecoin you want to get paid in, it's up to you. I mean, USDC is probably the one I'd want to use because I use Coinbase. So you would just earn that passively. So does anyone have any questions on this? Does anyone have any questions on dual investment? I'm going to check some questions. So let me see here. API keys and stuff like that. Could you explain where this free money comes from? I assume you're talking about Pionex. I don't really understand your question. To respond to what you had said, CV, you said, why are you encouraging your viewers to sign up to new exchanges and trade with high risk on extremely short timeframes? Well, at the end of the day, it's your money. It comes down to doing what you want to do. If anything, dual investment's a much safer way. Obviously, leverage trading futures is not necessarily safe. But if you're doing it with an amount that you're comfortable losing, I really don't see any harm. But at the end of the day, it's your money, and you have to take responsibility for the decisions that you make. So I'm not encouraging anyone to giga chat 100x futures on anything. That's up to you, man. So yeah, I think that's still investment. What were you saying, man?
I think honestly, most people, I think Ben is actually very skilled in trading these shorter time frame scalps. It's if you have a strategy, is it high risk? If you have a plan, people day trade stocks. I know day traders, right? They day trade, they come out trading 1 minute, 5 minute. Is that risky if they make money, if they have a good risk tolerance? It's only risky if you're doing 100x and you don't know what you're doing. So it just depends on your skill level. You can't say everything is high risk. Holding Bitcoin could be high risk to one person, right? So it's very relative.
Yeah, I would agree there. I also just think that, everything crypto carries risk, but of course, futures trading is going to carry a little bit more risk. Mm-hmm. But if you believe you have an edge, there's a line that I always like to use with this kind of topic where it's a marathon, not a sprint. What that means is we're not trying to quadruple our account in 5 days. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You can take your time, slow down, trade however you want to trade. And not only that, we all have our different edges. Like some people are good coders, so they do more of that. Some people have the emotions to trade risk really well. They do that. Some people like options. They do that. Whatever you specialize in, just find your niche and try to, dominate it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so I want to show the dual investment that I'm going to take. So quickly, let me just walk you guys through what is going on here. I do not want to buy Bitcoin anywhere above $27,000. So I'm going to invest my USDT into this one right here. So this means that if price is below 27K, I will very simply just earn a little bit of extra Bitcoin from my USDT. If Bitcoin expires above 27K, which is quite likely, I just earn, some USDT. So, all right, we did that. I entered into the dual investment, as you can see right here. And just to show you guys some of my history orders, I want to quickly do this, and then we're going to trade futures. So this is actually a way, I think like a few months ago, the reason why Pionex and I formed a partnership is I made a fair amount of money doing dual investment. Like you can just see it here, some of the trades I made. I put in my dual investment. using more of an anchor strategy that I'm going to teach you guys in like 2 seconds. Then we'll move on after I show you anchor. So you can see that I was just able to basically grow my account very fast. I made a few $1,000s from this, as you can see. Started with like 20, what was it? I started with like 23K, and then I was able to withdraw all my profit in the form of Bitcoin and then hold that Bitcoin. So the last big trade I made was right here. And I ended with 1.037 Bitcoin, and I never sold it. So I was able to get 1.037, 1.035, whatever that number is, Bitcoin when Bitcoin was 22,500, and I held it, and here we are today. So final thing I'm going to show, then I can look at questions, and we're going to trade Pepe. The anchor strategy. So what the anchor strategy basically is you take a price or a few strike prices that are all close to each other, and you only keep entering into those strike prices. So let me give you an example. Imagine that we use the prices of 28,500 down to 28K. Now what we're doing here is we're always going to be putting in a dual investment order at those strike prices. It's very simple. If price is below 28K, that means that you're going to be just investing Bitcoin at the strike price of 28K consistently, and you're going to earn a return. If price is above 28K, then you invest your, what would it be? You would invest your USDT, and whenever, as price stays above 20K, you're going to keep earning more and more USDT. The benefit of that kind of anchor strategy is that if price just consolidates, you're going to make a fair amount of income every day from just earning those ROIs. And that's how I was able to make a fair amount of money here when price was just like chilling around the 22,000 range. As you can see here, price didn't really move too much. It was like just around 22, 24. I kept that whole area as kind of like my anchor, meaning that, like I had said, if price is above, I'm just going to use my USDT to buy Bitcoin cheap. If price is below, I'm just going to use my my Bitcoin to sell Bitcoin high. And because I keep the same anchor, I'm not going to lose money because I'm only willing to trade at those levels. If that makes sense. All right, so moving on. Does anyone have any questions on that kind of? Does anyone have any questions on the kind of? Oh, sorry, Jay. What's up?
Okay, no. I was just gonna say after, if people have questions about what you just talked about, do you want to go over your strategy on the marketplace?
Yeah. I'm just reading a little bit. I'm just reading a little bit of the chat right here. Just repeat until So I got my entire account. Yep. Okay,
it's only risky if you have 2 IQ. 2 digits.
That's kind of funny, man. Yeah, but also to tell you guys about transparency, I'm really big on transparency. I don't just say that. Like all of my trading techniques, I do it all in my private Discord on purpose. I show everything. I show my futures accounts. There's nothing hidden, like nothing hidden. I show myself even trading on the 1 minute or 1 second time frame. You can see everything happening, and you can see me making or losing money. So like, if you're skeptical or anything, just go watch and yeah.
Like the 1 second trading is tough, but after you hear Bennett's logic behind the 1 second trading, it's not just like some guy like, hey, look, it's going up on the 1 second, I'm gonna go long. It's like there is logic, there's a strategy behind it, and it's not you exclusively trade behind the 1 second as well. So
no, I trade.
You can show them that, like we show me. It makes
this thing right here. I trade a bunch of different time frames. Like the 1 second's not something I would really recommend for a lot of people. But first, I want to talk about the signal bot because I think you wanted me to touch on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed up all night, basically last night, trying to code a latency arbitrage trading bot. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about like I'm tracking, let's say, Pepe on Binance. If that goes up, I buy Pepe on Pionex. That strategy doesn't really work because there's just you're not going to be quick enough to try to like beat that spread. Really, it's going to be very, very, very competitive and very difficult. But what if you were to do more of a statistical arbitrage approach? What that means, guys, is imagine that Bitcoin jumps up 2% in 1 minute or 2% in like 2 seconds. What are the odds that alts are going to spike like crazy up? The probability is very, 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 very high that a positively correlated altcoin is going to just go bananas. It's just going to spike like crazy. Okay? And because of that, you can make money through this kind of leading laggard approach. So to show you what I mean by that, what I'm trying to code is an alert. As you can see, some of my alerts right here. That looks at the 1 second and looks at changes in Bitcoin on the 1 second time frame. So I'm going to show you guys a few signals, and then we're going to go into trading. So if we look here, I want you guys to all look at this right here on my screen. Let me just zoom in. So you can see here this was 1911 UTC, which was pretty recent. Bitcoin went up a lot. It went up over $100 in like 2 or 3 seconds. So let me show you guys what's going on with when Pepe did the same. So it was 1911-25 when this started happening. And oh, this is going to be a good example. I can already tell. So do you guys see here how this is matching up? Bitcoin went up 9 basis points and Pepe went up 7 basis points. Then Bitcoin went up 13 basis points and Pepe went up 16. So when you begin to see this uptrend in Bitcoin, it's just very, very likely that Pepe is just going to spike like crazy. So had you seen this and just bought Pepe, you would have been up a potential like 0.5% in a few seconds. And that would have made you plenty of opportunity to take a short-term profit. So that's one strategy that I like to do, which is basically looking at change in Bitcoin to trade Pepe. As you can see here, it probably would have worked out pretty well. And it's kind of funny just to see how similar they are. Like, look at this. Bitcoin pumped, or not pumped. Bitcoin rose a little bit, then Pepe rose a little bit. Look at the symmetry. Like, look how correlated they are. So you might say, well, where's the alpha here, man? Well, where the alpha is whenever Bitcoin might make a move and then Pepe might be a bit slow. So what you can do is if Bitcoin makes a move that Pepe doesn't, you could take a high probability trade of trading Pepe in the same direction. Meaning that if Bitcoin pumps, you could buy Pepe. If Bitcoin dumps, you could sell Pepe. As long as Pepe hasn't made that move yet. You know, as long as the move hasn't like completed.
That's some real alpha right there, guys. That is,
yeah.
Honestly, I mean, like you don't hear about any other YouTubers talking about this kind of stuff.
I mean, well, latency arbitrage, but also I do have to put out a disclaimer. It's a very competitive game for those who try to play. This is very competitive. Like when you're trading at a time frame like this, you're competing with a lot of different bots and a lot of people. So do know that. There's another technique that I made a YouTube video about called overextended moves, and I can quickly show that. I'm probably not going to code a bot on this, but it can give you a lot of alpha. Whenever Pepe makes a move that, or any altcoin really, makes a move that's not really supported by, by Bitcoin, meaning Bitcoin doesn't really do the same thing. As you can see here, we had a sell-off of Pepe of not that much, like 20 basis points, like 0.2%. It's not that much. But do you see why price increased? Price likely increased because Bitcoin wasn't really decreasing. And because of that, Pepe just kind of floated a bit higher. So that's something that can work as well, where basically you look for whenever the altcoin overextends itself. And if it does overextend itself and Bitcoin's not doing the same, typically you're just going to see it float back up to the average. Okay. Now we're getting a bit of a pump. Awesome. So that is the strategy. And this is probably supported too because Bitcoin's rising. Let me see if there's any questions on correlation stat trading. There's a lot of questions. Let me go see. Any chance on leverage trading on dual investment? That's not the point of dual investment, Jacques Durand. You can't.
So
you
I
can't
leverage. So I kind of answer that right now. Right now you cannot, but you know, maybe in the future. But then there's going to be liquidation risk. You know what
I mean, I don't know. Doesn't that kind of kill the purpose of dual investment though? It's supposed to be like no risk. So.
Yeah, but some people like to add interest, like just like you know what I mean. Some people do want to sell really far away options, and maybe they want to put on some leverage, you know.
Yeah.
But like, it's definitely not recommended. It's more of a risk thing to do.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to do that with like the $23,000 that I was using and then withdrew. I wouldn't feel comfortable taking a 3 or 4x even on Bitcoin. I'd just be too worried, man. Like because Bitcoin, I mean, there's always that 0.01% chance that it could just go crazy and just rise or fall $10,000, and then you're
I totally get it. I totally get it.
Okay, this is interesting. If we break this high on Bitcoin, it could be a good basis to buy Pepe. Oh, Pepe's already increasing though. Let me just go grab a water and I'll be back in like 10 seconds. But Let me know if you have anything else you want to do before I start.
Sounds good. I can just cover some platform stuff.
Sweet, man. Yeah, let me stop sharing my screen so that you can share yours, and then I do want to trade after that.
So. Sounds good.
Wait, did it stop presenting my screen though? I hope it did.
No, it did. It's good.
Okay, I'm gonna be back in like 20 seconds.
Yeah. So Pionex didn't. I mean, Bennett didn't show this, but his strategy. So if you guys want to see his current strategies on the website, so if you go to the website, right under more, we're gonna rework the website right now because it's a little messy. But under more, if you go to Pionex GPT, you guys see it right there, and then after it loads, it will show you Pionex GPT. This is basically our own chat GPT that can generate strategies for you and things like that. I can demo it. Like, so basically, if you want a Bollinger Band strategy, right, just tell it, these are some regular prompts. You can obviously type it in your own stuff. And then it just gives you, it just prints out a strategy for you in PineScript that you can just copy over to TradingView and use that. But if you guys are not interested and it's like too complicated, you don't have your own TradingView, you don't want to be coding your own stuff, you can just go into the GBT marketplace and then you can find Bennett's strategy. For example, he's got the 2 right here, but I think the 1 second strategy is going to be pretty cool, and we're working on that. So for example, he's got the open interest strategy. And then the other one is the counter trade for Bitfinex strategy as well. I don't know if you want to go over those real quick.
Yeah, sure. So the counter trade Bitfinex one is very simple. For those that don't know, Bitfinex is pretty popular with margin trading. Margin trading is when you borrow USDT or you borrow Bitcoin in order to take a leverage position. Why this is important is it's completely different than futures. In the futures market, you're always going to have 50% shorts and 50% long. That's just how it works. If there's an open interest in futures of 20 million, that means that there's going to be $20 million worth of longs and $20 million worth of shorts. With margin trading, you're getting very pure sentiment data. What I mean by that is if you borrow Bitcoin because you're going short, there's a chance that 99% of the market could be borrowing Bitcoin and only 1% could be borrowing USDT. What that would mean would be that everyone's trying to short and really no one's trying to buy. And I would take that as a counter trading signal. So whenever there is a long or a short opened, or whenever there's a long opened or a short closed, that's a buy. And whenever there's a buy of over 50 Bitcoin on USDT, I've noticed that typically price just goes against them. So the strategy that I concocted is basically counter trading anyone who takes very large trades on Bitfinex margin. So yeah, I think I could probably pull it up too. My scripts, Bitfinex, short squeeze, 5 minute. Oh, do I have to be on? Sometimes this indicator can be kind of like hard to. Oh, sweet. So here we go. Yeah. So you can see some signals here, but it's like kind of.
Oh, do you want to share your screen?
Oh, I'm not even sharing my screen. Okay,
Yeah.
Of course. Silly me. Let me share my screen. Window, Pionex. There we go.
Boom. Add you to stream. Yep.
Can you see it?
Yep. See it fine.
Yeah. So basically, it's not really showing too many here, but these are some trades it would take. It would currently be long, as you can see. It kind of looks kind of weird. That's probably because maybe someone had bought a lot and then shorted. But basically, all you have to know is you would be long right now. You'd be in a long position, and your long position would be up like 2%. I wish that there was a way that I wish I had my other one, the BFX bar change. Is that it? Yeah. Oh, this is the right one. Great. So you can see some other signals here. So it bought the dip right there on May 10th. It's not uncommon. It makes really good trades like that. And this is the, yep. And it did this as well. So these are some of the trades that it's made in the past, and you can have it on Pionex. What I will say about this strategy though, is you want to keep your margin pretty low, probably under 3x. So I think like a 3x margin is probably pretty good, but I mean, it's like trades like this that we all live for, you know?
Oh yeah. That's a great trade.
And this isn't repainting. These are all previous signals. And as you can see here, it bought the dip here, but it sold it like at break even basically, and then it did it again, and yeah. I would say though, instead of following this bot 100%, you probably want to put your own take profit in your own stop losses. I think it finds good entries but bad exits. So like, for example, what I mean by that is this is a great entry, but it exited at a decent price that you probably would have lost money at. Again, here it was short and you probably would have made money very easily, very quickly, but you'd have to probably just take profit on your own. Here, everything would have been taken care of for you because it's a perfect trade. Like, you don't get better than that, but it's probably better to add in your own take profit and stop losses, of course. So that's my little note on that. Open interest. The open interest strategy is just looking at Binance open interest, looking at large increases and decreases. And it's so simple that just the bot was coded to sell large increases of open interest and buy large decreases of open interest. And the theory behind that is whenever there's a large decrease of open interest and price falls, typically price rises after. So you can see here, there's a very aggressive drop in open interest, meaning a lot of people are closing their positions and price rose right after. Some other examples of like extremely large drops in open interest would be here. These are all great times to buy. This would have been a decent time to buy. I mean, you know, and yeah. And then any large increase in open interest was coded as a good time to sell. So those are the two strategies.
Yeah. And you guys can, and if you guys are interested, you guys can copy those directly as I showed you guys on this screen right here. Super easy. Just type in the amount you want to put in and press copy. I know a lot of different, usually when people code these type of, algo trading, technical strategies, you would have to like sign up, use your API key, go through a broker, connect it, copy the code, a lot of different steps. But we basically kind of cut that down and just made it, one click, and you're able to copy the strategy that you guys are interested in. And since I guess we're here already, and of course I'm very excited for the new strategy. I think the new strategy that Bennett is working on is gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be some new. I have something that we don't have on the platform so far. So.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like about that. I've used a lot of different strategies, but I really do want to get more into latency trading. Right now, what I'm thinking about with Pepe is to probably have a stop loss setup. A stop loss setup is just putting buys below lows and sells above highs, trying to catch people's stop losses, basically. Yeah. I feel like a good area to target would be the 1540s, but an even better area to target would be right above 16. So what I mean by that, that's my blood sugar. What I mean by that is it looks like there's a lot of liquidity probably right above 16. What I mean by that, guys, is that there's probably a lot of people that are going to get liquidated and stopped out if price goes above 16 on Pepe. So the way that I would probably want to play this is to put sell orders around this area. Also, its previous support that could become future resistance, and then to just quickly take profit after a price wick forms here. So that would be my more zoomed out approach. The more short-term approach will be looking for overextended moves. And again, with what that means, that's when like Pepe makes a wild move, but Bitcoin doesn't reflect it. I would probably take the counter side of that trade. So
yeah.
So that's going to be the strategy I'm going to be showing you guys today. And I can start by putting some orders in for that. So I'm going to have one at, let's see. I don't want that to show again. Position value is only 154 though. Yeah, let's.
So someone asked, Bennett, how do you see the liquidity levels of Pepe?
Yeah, so when you say how do I see liquidity levels of Pepe, well, a lot of it comes from experience and just thinking about it from a retail trader perspective. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's all go look into this. I want everyone to look at this chart right here on Binance. It's something that I showed in the private Discord today that was a strategy that worked really well. Did you know that there's a way that you can make money even in a downtrend when you're long? Like it's actually something that we do all the time. So do you guys see this area right here? let's say that you thought price was about to do a stop loss hunt when price was right here, and you put bids right below. They would have filled and you would have made money. Let's say you do it again and you put your bids right below this, like 152 something. They would have filled right there, and then you would have made money. Can you guys see these wicks right here?
I can see it.
Yeah, sweet. And then after that, you guys can see this low right here. The market low was 15268. And look at this. Price went right below that low, then popped right back up. This is a very common pattern where price just wicks down, hits people's stop losses, and then just goes right back up. And even if you're wrong about the direction, typically price will just barrel in one direction, like a sell-off like that. The sellers will get disinterested because everyone who wanted to sell has probably already sold. And then price just kind of rebounds from there. So that's known as a lot of different terms. Some people call it a swing failure. I like to call it an SLH or a stop loss hunt. It's going to work best in a ranging market because in a trending market, you know, it could be bad. And it also, you have to think about correlation. If Bitcoin were to pump like $1,000, I would want to cancel all my sell orders because I wouldn't really want to have sell orders around here trying to do a stop loss hunt technique. If Bitcoin just pumps like crazy, I would just cancel all my orders and then probably just ape in and buy because that would probably be the best strategy for that. So that's what a stop loss hunt is. The best level to stop loss hunt is probably right above 16. So if we start to get some pressure here, it'd probably be a good idea to put sell orders, I'd say around like 161 to 163 is probably the area that I would target because you would very likely see a wick and then price would come down like that. And that's what I want to take advantage of. So I hope that explains the basis for, you know, how I'm thinking. So with that being said, I'm going to do exactly what I just said, put some orders up. Let's do, I think my previous order was like, I like this size, 20. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to have that.
200 million Pepe.
I know. But like, it seems like such a crazy number, but this thing is worth so little that it's actually, the order is like $300. It's like nothing. Like if you look at the, it's like almost nothing. Okay. So I have some orders there. I mean, it's so funny. The number is like 200 milli, but then you look at the value and it's like $300. You know? I'm going to put out another order here. And then at the same time, I'm also screening for any wild moves on Pepe that I can take advantage of. So in order to see wild moves, let me go back to correlation. And then I will go here. This is the latency strategy that I was talking about. Of course, we got a little bit of some volatility on Pepe. Is it reflected in Bitcoin, though? Not really. This is very aggressive from Pepe, but Bitcoin's going up. So I don't know if I want to short this right now. I would love for price to go above 1.6 so that I can get my orders filled, though. It'd be really nice to have price above 1.6. So let me read some of these questions because there's like a million different questions here. So someone said, slightly unrelated, but are you aware if liquidations are generally measured as position sizes or just position margin? Big hits 411. I don't really know. All I know is I have a liquidation price and I typically put stop losses just before that liquidation price. So what are the trading terminals that can connect to Pionex? Do you mean stuff like AllTradey and stuff like that? I mean, I don't really know. Have you tried any algo strats that trade OI profile nodes? Now that yeah. I do know what you're talking about. You're talking about probably Leviathan's indicator, who is a great trader. This guy, and he has all of these different, volume open interest indicators. His favorite, I would say, or my favorite of his is this, which I can show you guys on Pepe: swing, levels, and liquidity. If I go to, let's say this, look at, did I not type it in right? The scale is insane. But if I make this a lot larger like that, we can see some really good levels. Let's see here. No, I need one more zero, don't I? For those that don't know what this indicator is, this is one that basically shows you where stop loss hunts will occur. Okay? And it does that by looking at open interest increase and then looking at a higher low to show you how many people would probably be stopped out in that case. So if I reduce the scale here, I want to show you guys how to use this indicator. This was indicating that there's a lot of stop losses at 146, meaning that if price gets there, there's probably going to be a fair amount of selling and maybe a reversal. And it's also indicating that there's a lot of stop losses at 182, even though we're a little bit farther away from that. It gives really good signals, though, because as you can see here, the past times it got hit, almost always you get a wick down and then price just reverses. For example, right here, you can see it got filled right there. Perfect reversal. It got filled right here. Perfect reversal. It got filled all over here. Not as pretty, but at least this one you could have made some money on. So this is just looking at big liquidity levels to see where a lot of people's stop losses will be. So for example, this indicator predicted that a lot of people had their stop losses right here. 118 million, in fact, and price just destroyed the area. So Jay, are you aware of this indicator? Or is this your first time seeing it?
That's the first time I'm seeing it.
It's a great indicator.
The Leviathan, swing points, and liquidity.
Yeah, if you just type in Leviathan, you'll see all of his futures indicators. It basically shows, he shows a lot of stuff like where trap traders might be, where people's stop losses might be.
That's pretty cool. Like that. You know how he codes it up?
He actually shows his source code.
Oh.
So if you look at his source code here, it's a lot of stuff, but he looks at all different kinds of open interest from like Kraken, BitMEX, and Binance because they release their data. He's a great coder. Like if you look at this,
Chad coder,
absolute Chad coder. Yeah, so I really like that that indicator there. Okay, let me go back to this. So I'm very tempted just to ape into Pepe. Not saying that's a great idea, but I just feel like we're gonna break the highs, especially with a bullish Bitcoin.
I agree.
Not a good idea, but I could see it continuing up.
I know, but I need a signal from Bitcoin. Like I would love Bitcoin to rip up higher and then to ready up an order, something like this. And then just wait for Bitcoin to, if Bitcoin starts ripping up, maybe I could buy Pepe before Pepe rips up too. So let me look at past signals. I think what's going on here. Yeah, so this one wouldn't have been great because you can see that Pepe was increasing at the same time as Bitcoin. It's when Pepe doesn't increase at the same time as Bitcoin that there can be a lot of alpha. When the correlation kind of like goes out of whack, if that makes sense. And there are some examples of that where like Bitcoin will rip up, but Pepe won't rip up. So, okay, there's so many questions. Let me go see. I kind of answered your question. Someone said, Bennett, how do you see or guess the liquidity levels of Pepe? I already showed that, man. But I would say you can also kind of get it from experience. Just thinking about where retail traders might put their stop losses. And I will bet you that a lot of them probably have their liquidation or stop losses right above 1.6. And that's where I put my limit sell orders to catch the liquidity. So for predicting people's liquidations, oh, did you have something on that, Jake?
So I think there might be tools out there where you can see people's liquidation levels, but
yeah, it's predictive though.
Yeah, it's predictive, and I think it's just if you see, you can use tools to see when people are getting liquidated, and then you can use that data to kind of be like, oh, they are. It's like a confirmation they are getting liquidated. But just like Bennett, it's kind of like, you know, you kind of know where people put their stop losses because people.
Yeah, and it's not just that, but another way you can look at liquidations is a lot simpler. Where basically unclaimed territory, or call it what you want, prices that haven't been hit yet. So here's a quick way to think about it. Imagine you shorted this consolidation range. If you haven't been liquidated yet, then any price change around here, you're not going to get liquidated. But it's this new area right here that would liquidate anyone down here potentially. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
When price goes to new levels, it can liquidate traders. But when price stays at the same levels, it's probably not going to liquidate traders from before.
Mm-hmm. I think one clear example. Hold on, let me share my screen. You don't have to stop sharing yours. I think one clear example is computers are really slow. If you guys look at the quick drop last, okay, let me take off this indicator. Oh my god, my screen is so slow.
You have like 20 tabs.
Dude, this is nothing. I have way more than this. So if you guys look over here, right? This is below. So this was the drop last Friday, I believe. So on when it was 26,000, we get like a quick dip below 26,000, all the way down to 25,800. I think it went lower than this actually, but whatever, around 25,000, right? So this. It's basically a liquidity hunt. It's hunting for liquidity. It's seeing how many buyers there are, how many sellers there are, and because prices didn't go lower, and you see this violent bounce back over 26,000, then you can kind of see, okay, it took the liquidity. The liquidity wasn't that much. That's why there wasn't continuation down, and it bounced back over 26,000, super strong by the huge green candles, right? This is a 15-minute chart. But if you look, like we see one big red candle with the liquidations to the downside, and then we see following two green candles straight to the upside. So this liquidity area was taken. The stops were stopped out, and then on this reverse, you can basically go long here for a more longer term like swing trade, just because this area is a good area to put your stops down because it's already tested one time.
Yeah. I also have a lot of the guys who are in the private Discord will know the answer to this, but I kind of want to test your brain on this, Jay, and anyone else in chat. Do you know the supply-demand reason why price can dump, hit a lot of people's stop losses, and then rise? Do you know the reason why? There's like it's like a test question, but I want to see how you do.
So your question is, why can prices rise after hitting the stops?
Yes. Yes. You got it,
man. Does anyone in chat want to answer? I think I know the answer, but
yeah. I mean, we might have different answers though.
Okay. Okay. So my view on it is so bigger institutions, bigger people, they need liquidity to get filled in their position, right? So if they're buying at the current price, they're just gonna pump the price up. But if they manipulate the books lower, if they manipulate prices lower, and people have stop orders there, that means they're forced to. So let's say they are long, right? And then when you get down to their stop, they're forced to sell, and then the liquidations. And then the institution or the bigger traders can take advantage of those sell orders to get filled in their position. So to me, that is why, even though prices can hit a lot of stop losses, then people can hit a lot of stop losses, but prices can go up afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's definitely an answer. I see it just a little bit differently, not too differently, but I do see it a little bit differently. And the answer that I would give to that question, someone already put in chat, because I think they already knew the answer. Cody put it in chat in my YouTube. But basically, it comes down to this. There comes a point where everyone who wanted to sell has sold. So when price rips down lower, sellers get exhausted. And what do I mean by exhaustion? Well, there are three types of sellers who are going to sell in a very strong downtrend. People getting their stop losses hit, people getting liquidated, and people who panic. There comes a point in time where the selling is going to stop. Enough people have been liquidated, enough people have been stopped out, and enough people have panic sold. And then as price begins to rise back up, the people who wanted to sell have already done so. If the people who wanted to sell have already done so, that means that there's an exhaustion of supply. And not only is there an exhaustion of supply, typically on a very volatile sell-off, you're going to see something called a very thin order book. You're going to see not many limit sell orders. And limit sell orders are what keep the price lower. So if we sell off, a lot of people have already sold and no one wants to do it anymore. And then there's no limit sell orders. And then not only that, but spot buyers come in because they want to pick up the altcoin or Bitcoin for cheap. Bitcoin just spikes right up because no one's trying to sell. No one's interested in market selling. Because they would have already done it. No one's interested in limit selling because they probably already would have done it. So Bitcoin goes right back up. And what can happen in the reverse is if Bitcoin spikes like crazy and hits a lot of stop losses and people FOMO in, there's going to come a point in time where demand is exhausted. Because there will never be a point in time where Bitcoin keeps going down or keeps going up. It's just not going to happen. Even if Bitcoin was to like quote unquote die, Bitcoin wouldn't just go to zero. It would probably do like this. And the reason that happens is because there's always a point in time of exhaustion when the buyers have already bought or the sellers have all already sold. And that's why you see violence toward one direction moving in the opposite direction. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So that exact reason of what I was talking about is why I use a lot of limit orders and stop loss on areas. So, yeah. So Oliver, you said this is just a stylized fact of order book for every market with a limit order book. I don't really know what you mean by that, though. I don't really know what you're referencing.
I don't either.
I don't really know. Maybe you're talking about the whole theory. Maybe you're trying to answer the question. This kind of like sloping uptrend is just making me so bullish on Pepe. Oh my gosh. Like I feel like this area is tempting to buy in, the 157s. And if Bitcoin keeps going up, I mean, if Bitcoin starts falling though, I don't want to buy Pepe. Huh. I wish we had more volatility of Pepe right now. It's like Bitcoin's more volatile than like Pepe. Like I'm seeing nothing on this coin.
Yeah.
But it was LDO that had a lot of things going on, like a crazy uptrend. LDO is really
a little bit, a tiny little bit.
Yeah, I can show the open interest of this here. Let me pull it up.
I see a lot of altcoins got a crazy pump.
I know, man. I know.
So weird. Bitcoin is strong today, but overall it's been pretty weak. So it's kind of surprising.
Yeah, totally. I mean, but Bitcoin did just go up a few $100s. But I don't know if this is really related to that. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit about open interest and what that means. Typically, when open interest rises in a trend, the trend continues. And when open interest falls, typically the trend doesn't continue. So here we're seeing a very weird situation where open interest decreased, but price kept going higher. That's not too common, but it can happen. But now open interest is really increasing. Something that I've talked about in my courses before and in my Discord is the trap trader theory, which explains why when price rises with open interest, it tends to keep rising. When
Lido's pumping.
It's pumping more?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of want to short this overextension. Let's see. Did
anybody know why Lido's
Bitcoin? Oh, because Bitcoin just pumped as well. I see. I feel like Lido's a little bit overextended. You know what I could do? I could do a 2.5.
Anybody know why Lido's so strong today? It has to be some type of news hype around it. It's crazy strong. Is it just like liquid staking is strong? I don't know.
Did mine go through? Let me see. Oh, it did go through. Okay.
Synthetics. SNX is pumping too today.
Trying to ape into a short here. Let's see my position. Let's see here. Okay, it's 200 Lido. I feel like call me crazy, but I feel like Lido is a little bit overextended. The reason I say that is because of the drop in open interest. But one other thing that I always like to look at, guys, is correlation. For those that don't know, correlation basically runs the market. And before you take a trade, it's typically best to look at how correlated something is. So let's go look at how correlated is LDO. When you do a correlation analysis, it's typically best to do it on multiple time frames as well. So on the 1 minute time frame, let's see how correlated Lido is to Bitcoin. It's pretty positively correlated, as you can see, 0.5. Let's see on the micro time frame on the 1 second. Is Lido about to like dump? Oh, we're at money. Sweet. Nice. Yeah, wait. So let's go look at the 1 second time frame to go see what is the correlation in the micro. And I should have done this before shorting, but I just really wanted to short because I felt like this is likely about to dump. So on the 1 second, it's highly, highly, highly correlated to Bitcoin. When something's highly correlated to Bitcoin, you really need to, obviously you need to look at Bitcoin because whatever Bitcoin's going to do, Lido is probably going to do as well. So does anyone here have any questions on correlation analysis?
What is that indicator? What is that? Is that a correlation matrix?
Yeah, it's a correlation matrix. It's really helpful, man.
Correlation
matrix by Leviathan. It shows you so much good data. Because you need to figure out correlation before you go into an altcoin. You know?
Leviathan. I see. I always use correlation coefficient. Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is just like a fancier version of doing that. Actually, cool. I'd rather just. I'm kind of glad I shorted. Where is it? I'm kind of glad I shorted Lido. I got aggressive with my short too. And my average price, guys. My average price was 2.5425. So I was able to short at 2.54. I was able to short the top. It's nice. I don't like Bitcoin increasing though. That's not a good sign. Can we go a little bit lower, please? All right, I'm just going to probably close. Okay, so I closed my position because Bitcoin increased, and I didn't like that, so I just closed my position. I made money on that. So, guys, we already made our first profit of what's 3.28 divided by 500? Guys, we made a 0.65% profit on stream. Woo woo. So, first profit today, yeah. I don't know, man. I'm happy about this trade. Let me just recount why this worked well and how I was able to short 2.5425. My exit's probably terrible, but I don't know. I'm happy that LDO went back down. Yeah, I mean, if that does happen though, what's your name? Starioto would be funny to get you stuck on losing trade live. That happens all the time. Big hits. Yo, he's rich. I'm gonna drop my ETH address. Yeah, man. Dude, that $3. I mean, I'm happy about it, even though it's a small profit. It shows the system at least. Okay, but before we talk about memes and stuff, let's go talk about what's going on with LDO. This is called an overextended move. Do you guys see this pump right here and this kind of pump right there? Lido is very correlated to Bitcoin, right? Is Bitcoin at that point in time, was Bitcoin really pumping? No. And I'm going to show you guys a side-by-side that will probably really help your trades. So let's go look at that. I want you guys all to focus on when price was here, and that's when I decided to enter short on Lido and close my position a little bit later. Do you guys see that right about here, Lido had increased a lot? Bitcoin didn't really increase, and they're very positively correlated. So why on earth would Lido keep increasing? I mean, it could, but it's just really unlikely. So I shorted at 2.54 right here, 2.545. And I was able to make money quite quickly because basically I was trading this as an overextended move. Does that make sense, guys? If we look at another very correlated coin, this one doesn't have too many moves that are out of whack. It's looking exactly like Bitcoin, but that is kind of the overextended move theory, where basically any spurt of volatility that's not reflected in Bitcoin is probably going to be good for reversal trade and make you some money. Jay Chen, you said you love the graphic for correlation. Let me actually get you Leviathan correlation indicator. Let me actually get that for all y'all. Found it. So if you guys all go to my YouTube, look at that. You just click the link in my YouTube in the YouTube chat, and you're going to get the script. It's such a good script too. Well, that was a fun little profit, I'd say, because Pepe is being really boring. But I want to get back to my whole shorting Pepe spiel. I'll do 20,065 and 162. 25. Yeah. So it looks like we're probably going to be short Pepe soon if this thing pumps, which I kind of hope it does. We have our orders right above 1.6. Oh, Bitcoin's actually decreasing though. Could this be a good time to short? I kind of want Pepe to like spike above 1.6 so that I can short it on the stop loss hunt. Okay, so I'm really hoping Pepe really spikes. Come on, spike as much as possible. Okay, so a lot of our orders got filled, which is awesome. Sweet. Do you guys see this, what we just did here? Our average price is, what's our average price? Our average price is 16235. We shorted there because the stop loss on, and this is just a very overextended move. I mean, as long as Bitcoin doesn't pump, Pepe's probably going to tank. But I basically put out a lot of limit sell orders to try to catch that.
Hello?
Can you hear me, man? Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. You were like muted before, so
Okay.
I don't know if you were.
Yeah, apparently I was muted. Apparently I was like talking to myself.
Wait, really? Oh, and you were like, why is this guy ignoring me?
Yeah, I was like, hey man, I want to know about the correlation matrix.
I'm so sorry. I feel so
it's
bad.
my fault. It's my fault.
No, I didn't.
How do you see it? How do you see the altcoins when you look at a correlation matrix? I only see like
So you can share your screen if you want. We can quickly do a deep dive on it, man.
I only see these. Yeah.
Are you
I'll just add it to the screen. Yeah. You don't have
to.
I
want to show this short I just did on Pepe after. You're gonna need to go to any. Oh, you already have it here. Double click the chart, man. Did you double click the Leviathan? Yeah, at the very end, just double click that.
Okay.
And then go to inputs after you double click, and then you scroll down and just type in like instead of dot or you just type it in. So
you just type it in. Oh, I see.
Yeah. And then when you do your correlation analysis, guys, I would recommend using different time frames because just using one time frame is probably not good enough. So.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. All right, back to you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so let me see chat to see if you guys have any questions. Oh, thank God for someone said your mic is muted.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
yeah, that's good.
I thought you couldn't hear me only. It's all good.
No, So is Pionex looking to get any terminals in there, or do you know about that?
I do not, but I mean, we can get it added. We can. I mean, I'm sure they're down to host any exchange, and maybe I can talk to them and see if we can be added onto a terminal. I don't think we had that request before, but I can see why that is something that people would want for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the lower latency or like quicker exchange connection, a lot of people can be attracted to. So,
yeah, and also just like trading from one place, right?
Yeah, where you can make your trade on Bybit, Pionex, Binance, all on one platform. It's kind of nice.
Got it. Yep.
So let's see if this low breaks on Pepe. I'm hoping this low breaks. I would love to carry us below 1.6. Let's see though. A lot of this depends on Bitcoin. Like, yes, this move was very overextended, but if Bitcoin keeps going up, then this move will not be overextended, if that makes sense. Because if Bitcoin's bullish, really no move is overextended. We'll see what Bitcoin does.
I like that. If Bitcoin is bullish, nothing's over.
Yeah,
nothing is over.
That's why you got to be really careful. If Bitcoin's like uber bullish, you got to be really careful not to short every altcoin known to man. So,
yeah, Pepe just had that big volume, big bar on the 1 minute before that.
Yeah, I'm expecting Pepe to dump, but let's see if it does, and I make money on my short, or if I get burned on my short. I'm expecting Pepe to fall here, though. I feel like it probably will. But a lot of times when you expect something in markets, the opposite happens. So we'll see.
Very true. Very, very true.
You know, but it kind of goes back to the whole thing to make you not stressed out when you're taking trades. Like it's a marathon, not a sprint. Meaning, like if you have a bad trade here or there, it's not really a worry because you shouldn't be that leveraged. It's just a marathon. It's not a sprint. So let me see. Greeks live. Crypto needs a decent options terminal interface. Yeah. Also, crypto just needs like a better options provider that's not Deribit. Because Deribit just, I don't know. I don't love that you have to use Bitcoin to trade options. I just don't like that.
It's weird.
Because then you get convexity and like I've read like a million articles on the weird nature of Deribit puts and calls because of their margin is in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Oh, geez. Okay, well, look at that. That is very overextended. Oh my God, that would have been so good to short. Oh, that's why you got to put your limit sell right above highs. Look how good of a short that would have been.
I thought you were short.
I am short, but I'm talking about if I had prepared more, man.
Oh,
like
yeah.
If I had seen that high on Binance, I've been like, no, I want to like short more. 164 would have been like beauty.
That was a big 1 minute pump candle.
It was a 1 second, yeah. And
1 second pump candle.
Yeah, and as you guys can see here, this is completely overextended in the very short term. That is, I mean, this thing just like rose a lot, and the reason that happened is just because of a big buy order. But do you guys see how quickly it came right back down? I mean, had you done that, that's like a 1% profit in like 2 seconds, which is amazing. But the reason why these things happen is someone's going to put out a lot of volume, and then Bitcoin's not really going up, so this is probably going to fall. You know?
Yeah. So. Yeah, for sure.
I do see that. But yeah, so it's like my trade isn't the best. Like I shorted around here. I didn't short like reactively. I shorted with limit orders, preparing for this area. But the thing is, it would have been a lot better. I mean, 2020 hindsight, to have put limit sell orders right above this high, because then you would have sold the very, very local top.
Right.
So yeah, for those saying like, or for those curious, like if I would take a loss on this or not, my criteria for taking a loss is if Bitcoin gets very bullish, I'm just going to get out. So, or if I see too many buys of Pepe, then I would know that the trade's probably dead. Is anyone here? Oh, no one has any questions. So, Jay, for you, what are your trading techniques? I would assume it's mostly dual investments, but correct me if I'm wrong.
So, I mean, I used to be a more, I guess, short-term trader, kind of like day trader and stuff like that. Yeah. But these days, I mostly, just because I don't have that much time to trade, I mostly do a lot of structured products. And as well as position trading, like the trade we just talked about, right? Like the liquidity hunt, but more of a longer term liquidity hunt trade. So, for example, today on Bitcoin, after we broke under, let me pull up the Bitcoin chart. My computer is really slow. Yeah, sure. But I mean, I have two basic strategies. I have my long-term portfolio where I would just do structured products. So, for example, I would just play structured product at 2750. Like when Bitcoin was at 28,000, right? I would do 2750. I would increase my position and I would do 2650, and then I would again double my position, and then I would do 25,000. And then if prices come lower, for example, the day when it came to 26,000, I did 24,000 structured products, and I also tripled my position. So I just kind of like averaged down for my long-term portfolio, but with structured products, because you get high interest while you're waiting. So that's basically for my longer-term strategy. And my swing trading, obviously, I do a little bit of swing trading when I do have time. It's basically just these like what do everybody call it? I just say it's like a failed breakdown. Just sweep liquidity and then reverse, and then after I see the reversal, I'll get in and just put stops at the lows where the liquidations just happened. What do they call it? Liquidity sweep or MSB or something? Market structure break.
SFP is pretty popular. Swing failure breakdown or something like that.
Failure breakdown, yeah, something like that. So they break the swing failure. They try to break the swing low, but it fails. So we get a reversal above, and that's where you go long. So I like doing those.
Yeah, I just worry that like, do you ever think like too many people are using those strategies, and you just get too many limit orders and you never get filled?
Yeah, for sure. But I think what it is that a lot of people are still just too much of YOLOing. I think you're giving too much credit. I think I think you're giving too much credit to these Twitter crypto traders and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see what you're saying about that. The thing is, with an exploitive trading technique, you basically want to have more people who are doing the wrong thing than people doing the right thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
because if everyone was doing a strategy on Pepe like me, when it comes to not just correlation stuff but stop loss hunting, you would get a situation where like price just wouldn't fill your order because there'd be too many other people trying to get filled. They would front run you, and you would just be like never filled, and it'd be terrible.
Exactly, you know? exactly. Yeah. So I mean, the strategies only work because people are chasing, and you're doing the opposite of what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like there are some days where I've had really bad trading days with futures, and you just do everything wrong. But like you learn from those days, and then basically you find a way to exploit your past self. Meaning, like if before you felt a lot of FOMO, you use that to your advantage and thinking like, okay, I have the mindset of an average retail trader. I'm feeling a lot of FOMO. What does that mean for the market over the next week?
And then you just go and you just reverse yourself. You just reverse trade yourself, right? I think you're muted. I think you're.
Oh, am I not muted now?
No, you're good now.
Why? Sometimes like StreamYard can just randomly do stuff like that. It's so
just what happened to me? Literally, just what happened. I'm just like,
I know, and then and I didn't even know until like you knew that something wrong. What was I going to say? So about counter trading yourself. I have some really good thoughts on that. Don't counter trade yourself, but instead put yourself in the shoes of the average retail trader. What I mean by that is, Bitcoin's dumping a little bit. Is Pepe going to follow? Pepe's probably going to sell off, right?
I like this. Yeah, Bitcoin's selling off a little bit. I like I like this. Oh, yeah.
Let me see how many basis points. Oh, here we go. Yep.
Here we go.
Pepe's got to fall. But the thing is, how much of a drop is that? 0.13. That's probably enough for Pepe to like have a little party in the 161s. Yeah. There we go. So there's a profit, guys.
Nice.
Awesome. So how much of a dump can we get? Okay, this is awesome. We're getting even more money.
Let's go.
Should I close my position though? Let's see. I think that was an overreaction, so I will close. Awesome. So guys, we have our second profit of the day. We just made money. Let's go look at where we close at. So I closed at a price of 1609, and I opened at 1623, and I made a 18% profit here. So the reason why I wanted to close at 1609 is because of a bit of an overreaction. Do you guys see here? I noticed this very, very like micro time frame. That's why I click close. Do you guys see here where Pepe really sold off? People were freaking out, but Bitcoin wasn't. Bitcoin's just chilling. There's no reason for me to be short there. So I was able to get out right there. Maybe it wasn't a great idea, but I just feel like Pepe is probably going to rise. But guys, I want everyone to look at my screen right here. Put away your Modern Warfare or whatever you're doing. This is something that or your Fortnite. This can definitely make you money. Did you guys notice there was a lag between Bitcoin dumping and Pepe dumping? Yeah. So you can see Bitcoin dumped 8 basis points right here. Then Pepe got a little scared, and then it just tanked 1.3%. You have so much time to short Pepe before it dumped. Do you guys see this lag? It's like beautiful. Pepe did dump, of course, but it overreacted, and it only happened much later. Okay? Does that make sense, guys, in chat? Like Bitcoin dumps right here. That corresponds to right here, and you would have time to have shorted. So that is the correlation strategy that I just love to use.
I love it.
It's when nothing's happening on Pepe or LVO or whatever you want to trade in something very positively correlated, and then Bitcoin does something volatile. The alt's going to follow it, just sometimes maybe 10 seconds later. So let me go read if you guys have. I know the 1 second chart totally looks dramatic, but like it makes me money. You know, like we're up. What percent of that? We're up 3% on the account with really low risk. Like I'll take a 3% profit, dude. I'm glad I got out at 1609. Yeah. I feel like we're gonna float up a little bit higher. So I'm happy that I made profit there.
Bitcoin's still coming down though.
Yeah, wait, let me go check that out. But it's not really like dramatic. You want a dramatic move like that. That's where you make money. That's a little bit more dramatic for sure. Yep. But I want to see a lot more of a drop on Bitcoin.
You know, I want a 1 second chart now. I think I want to upgrade my trading view to premium.
There's actually a hack that you can use where you don't even need to pay.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys know that on OKX and Binance they offer free 1 second data?
Ooh. I did not know that.
If I go to OKX, and let's say that I go to, whatever coin I want to look at, you can basically just poach their data by, you see we have Pepe on right here, man. 1 second data. Look at that.
Okay. All right. Screw that. I'm not going to upgrade to trading view premium.
You can save like the $500. Just use OKX and Binance. And you can see all of these kind of like 1 second overreactions. And then you can just do like trading view here. And now basically you have 1 second trading view.
Oh, that's lit.
Look at that.
That's
lit. And you can have it like in any form you want, line, hollow candles, like bars. It's beautiful, So
yeah.
And then if you want to get the split screen that I have, couldn't you just add Bitcoin and then you basically have a free version of what I have?
True.
Like you display that? I don't care about that.
Look at Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin. Go back to trading me. Look at Bitcoin.
Oh, okay, let's go look. What happened with Bitcoin that I missed? Did it dump more, man?
It just kept. It's. Well, I mean, now it's pumping a little bit, but it just keeps. It went to 27.
It's at 27.26.5. How much did the percent drop? Oh, it's actually a decent percent drop. Okay, so latency wise, should I short Pepe or is Pepe?
Yeah, Pepe's been pretty flat.
Pepe's been really flat, which could be exhausted sellers. I don't love the idea of shorting. What I would love to see is if Bitcoin like totally dumped, I can ready up a short order on Pepe. I can ready one up, but Bitcoin. If Bitcoin doesn't dump, I don't want to short. So I don't think we're going to get some like Jay. Just to tell you what I like best, the strategy works best with rapid moves, not slow. When there's a rapid move on Bitcoin, that's where I make money. But a slow move doesn't really help. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You want that like fast-paced move. Like if Bitcoin was to rise to like 27,500 in 2 seconds, if I said that and it happened, then it would be a great time to buy Pepe. But like a slow move, it's kind of hard to play. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Okay. Nice. Good to know.
Oh, thank you. Someone sent me some money. I've learned so much from Ben the past 5 years. It's crazy. A big thanks, man. You have mastered trading psychology. I disagree. I have not mastered trading psychology, but thank you. You are the best on YouTube. Oh, appreciate the compliment, man. Thank you so much. So I want to answer some of these questions. Again, thank you, BTC Mastermind, and I hope that profits come your way. Let's see. What percent correlated on what time frame? Brandon, I showed that indicator before. It's Leviathan's indicator that's really, really nice. You can it's in chat right now, but if you go here and you go to, I can show it again for the new guys. You go to the correlation matrix, you double click this guy, we double click that, and we can change it to whatever we want. I can go look at LDO, and I can look at Pepe. When you use this indicator, you do not want to use it on one time frame. You want to use it on multiple time frames. So let's go look at it here. It should be loading soon. And am I missing out on a good trade? Because I'm like showing something. Oh, that's unfortunate. Pepe is probably going to increase now. Just saying. Let's see if the correlation matrix loads. Here we go. So do you guys all see this right here? This is the 1 second data showing the last 50 candles of 1 second. We can increase this to 100. This might take some time to load though. Oh, but you can see it's positively correlated. I'm assuming that everyone here in chat understands correlation, I would hope. I don't really want to explain the correlation coefficient.
Yeah, I don't think you have to explain it.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, so what you want to do when you use this indicator, though, is you're going to want to use different time frames. So this is the 1 second, where Pepe is more positively correlated than LDO. Then we're going to move on to the 1 minute to go see if Bitcoin does something on the 1 minute. How will that influence other coins? It's very, very, very positively correlated to LDO and pretty positively correlated to Pepe. So when you see something like this, this kind of forces you to trade all coins with a side-by-side 1 second indicator of Bitcoin. Because every single Bitcoin move, unfortunately or fortunately, it's going to influence an altcoin. So not looking at correlation is just idiotic. You know, for someone just trying to trade a coin by itself, it's just it's going to be kind of random. You need to look at the overall market. Now, if we go a little bit more long term, just because why not? The 1 hour in farther out time frames, LDO will follow Bitcoin, but Pepe just doesn't. So what does this tell me? Well, this tells me that if I want to trade Pepe on the 1 hour time frame, I can probably not worry about Bitcoin because the correlation is not that strong. But if I trade LDO on the 1 hour time frame, I got to be worried about Bitcoin because there's a strong positive correlation. On the 1 second time frame, Pepe is very correlated to Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course. And LDO not as much, but this is not a lot of data. But yeah.
Sorry, I think our faces were blocking the screen of Pepe, but I removed it.
Oh, okay, sweet. Good. Yeah, so I feel like I've talked enough about correlation. Let me go see some other question. You know he is legit because his YouTube thumbnail game is weak. No crazy clickbait, insane thumbnails. I have the worst thumbnails on the planet because I am a lazy editor. I just literally research my topic, put all my time into research and none into marketing. I'm like the absolute worst when it comes to UI design. I just show what I want to show, and if someone's interested, like, cool, check out the other stuff I offer. And if not, you know, I'm not going to try to attract, you know, like a fly to a light, all the people with like, I don't know, my face blown up on screen saying that I made $2 million or something like that. That just doesn't really matter.
Yeah, your YouTube thumbnail game is weak.
So bad.
It's just a random screenshot of something from your video.
I know, but I guess that's a sign for like for those that are like looking to get good at this. Like, if the guy UI, maybe he puts trading, and maybe if someone puts a lot of effort into UI, like they, you know,
yeah.
So yeah,
it's marketing.
I'll take that L. So someone asked a really good question that I don't think I have the answer for. Jay, you might, but it's a tough question.
What was the question?
So LM said, how come is it that Pepe and alts in general are just so correlated to Bitcoin? Is there a bot that is calibrated on Bitcoin trading altcoins? It's a very tough question to answer. But I have a weak answer that I can give.
Let's hear it.
I think it's just the expectation. I think it's the expectation, and people follow that expectation. So if Bitcoin rises, so many people think that altcoins will rise as well, that people get scared to sell and they get happy to buy. If Bitcoin dumps $5,000 in 2 minutes, I don't really see a lot of reason why anyone would want to buy. Anyone who is smart money is not going to be buying an altcoin. There's just no reason. They're going to get scared. They're going to sell everything. So my theory is that it's kind of built to the market psychology.
Yeah.
That's my weak answer.
I think that's pretty accurate, because right now it's just Bitcoin is half of the market, right?
Yeah.
So if Bitcoin falls, usually in the mind of a quant or a hedge fund trader, everything is correlated. So because they think everything is correlated, their algorithms trade everything more correlated as well. So it's just like a feedback loop where it reinforces itself over and over again. I think that is why.
And do you want to know why I think it happens in the micro time frame, man?
Why?
I think that maybe it used to happen like if Bitcoin fell 5%, then sure, a lot of alts will fall. I think what ended up happening is maybe even an arms race. Listen to this crazy theory.
Okay.
Imagine that someone else said, no, actually, if price falls 0.6%, I think that alts will fall. And another guy says, no, I want to be faster than you. I need to front run that guy. If Bitcoin falls by 0.25%, I'm going to sell altcoins. Then another guy says, no. If Bitcoin falls 10 basis points, 0.1, then I'm going to sell an altcoin. And then it just got whittled down to the fact that any move on Bitcoin is now a move on altcoins so that other quants don't get front ran.
Okay.
You know?
I see. So they're just, it's just like in traditional equities. They're arbitraging away. They're trying to be who's faster, and little by little, because of the competitiveness, everyone's on it. Everyone's trying to be faster. And then some of the smaller moves is not worth capturing for them.
Yeah, but like, don't be scared by the fact that this is competitive and that there are people who are faster and probably smarter than us. Because if you guys look at the chart that you're looking at right here, this right here, and more specifically, this right here, this move was just a random buy spike because someone bought 1 billion Pepe, 1 billion 1,000 Pepe. So that's a lot of money. They just randomly bought it. When you get these are very inefficient because look at what Bitcoin was doing, falling. So, of course, it's just beautiful to short here and take advantage of this guy that massively bought. Had you shorted when this guy went ape, you'd be up, like you'd have no risk really at that point. There's nothing moving against your position.
Mm-hmm.
So not everything's arbitraged out, I would say. I would say that these random overextensions can provide you with a lot of alpha.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And especially if you have good risk management, right? If you like play stops, if you have good stop losses, then it's just like you can take multiple shots and you're not going to get blown up.
No, and as long as your edge is there, you can do the whole, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like, I'm going to make money in the long run. I just need to take the L and move on. Like today in my private stream, I had like 3 wins, 1 loss, but I just took the loss and like was like, who cares? I just walked away. But because I walked away, I didn't, I made more than I lost because I took the loss. So.
Yeah, that's the best way to think about it.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. And what ends up happening is when you take enough losses, you kind of just get used to it. And then you're like, oh, this isn't that bad. It's fine. It's just a number.
Could have been worse.
Yeah. Are there any other trades I want to make? We're up 3%. Realized. Is there anything else? Is like LDO anything kind of funky? Oh, LDO just went to 2.5 and just chilled there. It's kind of boring. LDO went back to consolidation, but again, guys, this is a really good example. This is just a lot of people buying, but Bitcoin didn't reflect this. So guess what happens? It just is going to fall. That's why I shorted here, but I got scared and I closed out my position at 252 because I was just like, I don't really want to like hold this. What if Bitcoin pumps? But these random altcoin moves, if Bitcoin's not bullish in that very second, typically they just reverse. So some alpha there of just that overextension. Yeah. But again, guys, this only works on coins that are positively correlated. You need to go test the correlation, of course. So.
That's the baseline.
What was that? Yeah. Because like if you try to do this strategy and you find an overextended altcoin, but it's not even correlated to Bitcoin, I mean, then your trade doesn't really mean much because there's no correlation anyway. Okay, what else do I want to trade? What has the most volume? Well, probably Pepe and LDO, yeah. Is there anything else I can do on Pepe? But yeah, I feel like the latency bot that I want to code on Pionex would have completely like killed it on this one. Do you remember when I was talking about this drop right here where Pepe hadn't dropped yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like shorting right there would have been just like chef's kiss.
Yeah, right like when okay, I see what
Bitcoin
you mean.
Bitcoin dumped, and Pepe didn't.
Yeah,
and Pepe just kind of chilled for a second. I was like, it's about to dump, and then it dumped because Bitcoin was low or Bitcoin had dropped.
There's that little lag.
Yeah, and that little lag is beautiful because if it trade in parity, then you might not make much because it's already built into the market.
Right.
So yeah, maybe crazy theory, but maybe what happened is the guy that aped in here got scared and sold. I mean, I don't know, but maybe the guy that aped in here sold. Who knows?
They got liquid. They got scared. They got liquidated. They're like, I'm out.
Yeah, or maybe they're just like, oh, I'm wrong. Like, price probably isn't going to rise anytime soon, and they just wanted to get out at all costs, and gave us some profits for a short.
Mm-hmm.
As for now, do I see any overextension or correlation stuff I could do? Not really. These are trading like perfectly harmoniously in the same direction. There's really not anything going on. Like, there's no situation where Pepe is pumped like 3% and I could reverse trade it, or Bitcoin pumps to like 27,800. I mean, then I would just buy like as much Pepe as possible. But we're not really seeing anything happen on Pepe here. Nothing too crazy. So let me go read chat because there's probably a lot of messages here. Let's go see. Don't want the strats to be arbitraged away. Yep. Make it as bad as possible. My take is that it's the same relationship as mid-cap funds, same asset class, different volatility. Someone said, I think it's because Pepe is big in Uniswap, Pepe, Ethereum pool. So if Ethereum goes up, Pepe goes up for USD. That's a very insightful point, man. The only counterpoint I would give you, Starry Tor in chat, is that this relationship happens on coins that are centralized and not traded on DeFi, not traded in liquidity pools. So your answer, it makes sense. It might be correct, but this relationship goes beyond just liquidity pools. So, Jacques Durand said SNX is a nice trade. Quick eyeball. SNX rose the most in the 1 hour column. I don't really know what you're talking about. Did you buy it? Or I'm just a little bit confused by what the most recent guy in chat said. But yeah. One question that some might have. Jay, are you here?
Yep.
What's behind you? What's all that secret alpha?
I forgot. This is from a long time ago. I mean, basically, it's for it's basically this concept of one of our clients wanted to do mining, right? He wanted to sell his Bitcoins and buy miners, but it's actually not that great of an idea. Mining costs a lot of money. So instead, we were basically saying, if you sell covered calls and you sell it smartly, you can generate around 10% a year safely. And if you're more aggressive, you can generate 20% a year. So it's basically structured products, right? If you have a stack of Bitcoin and then you sell covered calls against it on our website, it's called covered gain. Your interest is generated in Bitcoin. So you can basically make 10% extra Bitcoin a year or 20% extra Bitcoin a year. So instead of, selling your Bitcoins to go mining, why don't you do something like virtual mining, as we call it, because you're using your stack of Bitcoin and you're making extra Bitcoin, right? So it's kind of like virtual mining. And it's just like basically that concept we were kind of formulating. So, it's like instead of hiring people, having a mining site, paying operation costs, we can instead make your Bitcoin more just by selling covered gain.
Yeah. So what strike prices were you using? How much percent away from the underlying?
So that really depends. I personally feel like daily or 1 to 3 day, 1 to 7 day options are the safest. Because you can get out of that position rapidly, right? If you sell, let's say at 18,000, you sold a covered gain at like 25, let's say 22, you get kind of screwed, right? If you sold it for like 3 or 6 months away. But if you're doing weeklies, there's less of a chance you're going to be stuck in that position. So I think to do it safely, you can get around 10%, 5 to 10% extra Bitcoin every year without, selling your position and having to buy it back and taking a loss. So strike price, I would say usually 5% away, 5 to 10%. If you can get 10%, obviously better, but most of the time 5%.
You're using the cover gain, which is investing Bitcoin. Is that correct?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So if you look at it, so for example, maybe we would do like a 2 day 3 day. Well, you're looking at the 1 year, but like a 2-day, 3-day, 28,500. That's turning 30% a year. I think that's pretty safe. I don't think it's gonna get to 28,000 in 2 days. Yeah, but if you want to be safer, it could. No, it definitely could. But it's just like, but it's been going sideways, right? It definitely could. There's always a possibility. So with selling options, you're giving up. You're switching hit rate for massive losses, right? So maybe you'll have pretty big losses 1% of the time, but the other 99%, you're gonna make money.
Yeah, but the good news about dual investment is that the principal's protected. So
exactly. You can always buy your Bitcoin back. So approximately. See, right now it says 30% annualized, but if you do this safely, you can maybe get like 5 to 10, but that's 5 to 10% more Bitcoin on your Bitcoin on top of your Bitcoin already. So that's like the concept of virtual mining.
Have you ever thought of doing kind of like a strangle or a condor, where you do half USDT, half BTC, and then you use a range to target? So what I mean by that is, like, let's say you think that Bitcoin's going to be between 30K and 25K. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? For the 9-day, you get into this guy with half your money, then the other half goes into 25K.
I see. And just put that into one product?
No, I mean do it on your own.
Oh, do it on your own?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's the same thing, right? It's just 2 steps versus 1 step. I actually do that. So, with my Bitcoin, because you're only wrong on one side, right? You can't be wrong on both sides.
No, you're going to get you get converted, or if you're lucky, you won't get converted at all, and you'll keep the Bitcoin and keep the USDT, and then you just repeat it again.
Exactly. No, so that's a smart way to do it. If you have USDT waiting to buy Bitcoin and you have Bitcoin, I would definitely do that, right? Because like even if you lose one side, your other side's guaranteed to win. You can't lose both sides.
Yeah, for those in chat, like, to be honest with you guys, my favorite I'm reading the comments right here. My favorite way of handling this, I mean, I just like it as like a mistake checker, because when I trade spot Bitcoin, like sometimes I'm going to make a mistake of selling at a bad price or buying at a bad price. I just throw it into Pionex dual investment, as you guys could see before, and I increase my Bitcoin for when the next pump happens. Or if I sell Bitcoin at a terrible price, I'll just increase my USDT maybe a few $100s like a week, just passively. I find that to be right way to do it. Good tangent though, for sure. Wait, what's going on with Pepe? Kind of like this. It fell a fair amount. It kind of overreacted, but I'm not really seeing a volume spike. Like I would love to see Pepe like really fall, so that I could take advantage.
Yeah, right now it looks like it's just kind of stuck sideways. I'm glad we got a little bit of a movement though.
Yeah, I was thinking of, but when you do this strategy, you got to be careful not to overtrade because like of fees, and you don't want to constantly be in and out. That's why it's typically better to wait for volatility, because if there's not enough volatility, you're not going to make money after fees.
No, definitely don't want to overtrade.
No, but if Pepe were to like tank right now for no reason, I would probably be tempted. To buy, because I would think something like this is happening in the reverse. That if Bitcoin is going up, like the bots trading Pepe, the quants are probably just going to buy Pepe. So the only reason where you get screwed by that is if there's bad news about Pepe, or like I don't know, someone calls it a scam that's high profile. Like then you wouldn't want to buy it. But if public sentiment doesn't go too crazy, then I mean, the strategy is probably going to work. So, Speaking of that, I would love to maybe even put some limit buy orders right below 1.6 to try to target this liquidity area. That could be attractive if we can even get down there. Let's see if I can do that. I don't want a market order, limit order, trigger order. Do you guys offer? Oh no, you guys don't. I was going to say about iceberg orders.
Iceberg orders. I don't. Let me see. Not for futures, at least. Spot, maybe. I think we do for spot, not for futures.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm just going to sprinkle in a few right here. 159, 1585, just to try to catch a little like wick, and then we go higher. That'd be great. if we can even go that low. I would cancel my orders if Bitcoin tanks, though. So
yeah, I would like to see Bitcoin have a pullback for sure.
like go lower.
Yeah, I want to see.
Yeah. Are you like waiting to buy, or is it because of like?
Yeah, I'm waiting to buy. I'm waiting to reload because I feel like.
Where do you? Yeah.
I feel like with what we talked about today, like with this like reversal and fake out on the downside, I feel like we could go a little bit higher, like 28.50 or something like that.
Wait. You're trying to buy so you can sell like 2,500?
Yeah. I'm trying to do a little like a more longer term. And Ravenger asked, is grade trading Pepe a good idea? I don't think it's a good idea because it's too volatile.
Let me see who put. Is grid trading Pepe a good idea? I mean, typically, like I've talked to Jay about this and in my private Discord. I don't love grid trading futures because of the liquidation risk. It just doesn't seem like a good idea to grid trade something volatile that has futures on it. I'd rather just take an isolated position and then just go from there, rather than being longer constantly.
Even spot though, if you're doing it on spot, I just wouldn't do it on Pepe because it's too volatile. You know, it could dump so hard.
Because like, what if bad news comes out and
it just dumps and never comes back? Yeah, no, I completely agree. I would do it on Bitcoin.
It takes one article. It takes just like one tweet and then gone.
Yeah.
The thing is,
removed.
The reason why sometimes scalping 1 second time frame can be good is because your exposure is tiny. Like the time exposure is like this much.
Yeah. That's definitely the good part about day trading. There's no overnight risk either, right?
No. You just take a loss, you take a profit, and you move on.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna hit the bathroom with like a 5-minute break. Hopefully, you can entertain the viewers. Hoping I don't get absolutely wrecked in my orders at 1585. But yeah, good trade so far. I do want to trade a little bit more before I leave and take more questions in, but I do have to do that. So I'll be back in 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And we want Pepe to whip down and go back up. So yeah.
Whew. I am tired. This was a pretty long live stream for sure. If you guys have any questions, just put it in the chat and I can answer and go over some questions right now. And if you guys have your own trading strategies on TradingView, I can show you guys how to connect it onto Pionex, right? So basically, once you go to Pionex GPT, generate a strategy. If you guys want to see my scripts I got going on right here, let's take a sample script. Let's see. This is just my simple EMA strategy. Let me load it. My computer is so slow. All right, so this is my simple daily EMA type of strategy, right? The returns are pretty good through the back testing, whatever. So basically, how do I connect the strategy to make it trade automatically on Pionex? So on Pionex, if you go to trade, we have this thing called the signal bot, which basically takes signals from TradingView. If you guys look right here where my mouse is on the bottom right, signal bot, it's under trade and under spot bots right here. Go to signal bot, press create, and then press plus TradingView custom signal right here. All right, and then just put in whatever you want to name the bot, a test bot or a EMA bot. EMA bot, the best bot ever. Press continue, and then it's gonna give you like a little tutorial on what to do. But I'm gonna basically go over that right now. But if you guys try to set it up, you guys can look at that. Just press continue. Sorry guys, my computer is like really slow when I'm streaming. It's probably super hot right now. And after that, this is basically it. You just have to copy these two things. One is the webhook URL, and one is the message. So let me copy the message first. So just press copy. Go back to your TradingView. So this is the strategy tester tab. If you guys know about PineScript and have strategies, you guys will definitely know this. If you guys don't, then don't worry about it. Then don't even try to, you don't have your own strategy, don't even try to do this. Just press settings next to the EMA strategy, like whatever strategy you have. Go to your properties, make sure order size is in USDT and just put 100 USDT and press OK. And after that, you just want to add an alert. So it's the little clock icon right next to the settings, the little wheels gear next to your strategy name. So then alert name, whatever, you don't have to set it. So you guys will see message in a little pop-up. Just paste whatever you copied over from Pionex. That's your message. And then go to notifications. And after you go to notifications, go back into you creating the trading bot right here, and then copy the webhook URL. After you copy the webhook URL, go back to TradingView, just paste it in under webhook URL. And this is under notifications, which is this little clock thing, right? And then just press create. And after that, after you press create, you're done. You just have to go back into your Pionex account, press confirm, check the little I have finished setting up my alerts, and then press confirm. And that's it. So you added the EMA bot strategy. So now just press use signal. And basically the time frame your chart is on, the moment you add an alert, is the time frame this bot is going to work on. So just make sure you have that set correctly. Okay, here we go. Create bot with the EMA strategy that we have just chosen, and then choose the pair that you want to do. So because it's on a BTC, I'm going to use BTC. So I chose BTC. I'm going to add in some money, and there's advanced settings like take profit and stop loss. So after your signal executes, you can set a stop loss or a take profit ratio on your signal. I'm not going to do that, and I'm just going to press create bot. Confirm it. It's slow, it's loading. And that's it. And you guys should see it pop up under your trading bot history. If I wasn't streaming, this would be faster. See? Okay, here we go. So this is it right here. So now it's taking signals from TradingView. So whatever your strategy, whenever your strategy sends a signal, it will basically shoot it over to Pionex directly. So you guys saw how easy this process was compared to having to use your own API keys and things like that. All you have to do is copy over the message and the webhook into your TradingView signal, and then it will send it directly onto Pionex, into your Pionex account. And then this bot will just trade for you whenever it sends a signal. Let's see. Okay. So that's basically how to set up the signal bot. That's for more advanced people. If you guys have TradingView Premium and you have your own strategies coded in PineScript. Let's see. How can I make Pionex trade 100% of wallet and compound? You just have to put 100% of your money in, which I don't recommend. But it's, for example, for structured products, you can put 100% of your wallet in, and choose different strike prices, and just repeat that basically day by day, and that's how you can kind of get compounding interest. Or you can obviously use Bennett's bot that's on the marketplace. You can put in as much money as you want, and then if the bot makes money, then you're just gonna make money, and the bot will compound your position. So whatever. So example, if you have $100, you made another. If you made 100%, you made $200. Now we're gonna use that $200 to trade for you. And Jacques. I don't know how to pronounce the name.
It's a cool name. It's a French name.
Yeah, Jacques. As a retail trader, how would you hedge a dual invest buy and sell? Since buying,
I get that question so much.
Kind of not worth it. Since buying puts, how would I hedge it? So there's two ways. I mean, Bennett, do you want to say how you.
I mean, my quick answer. I get this question like 90% of the time. How can I make money or hedge it? And my quick answer is you can't. Just if you use it my way with the anchor strategy of having the same set prices, or just using the mistake fixer, then you're not going to really need to hedge. But I haven't found a way to hedge, to be honest with you. I've tried though, but I haven't really found one.
Yeah. Basically what Bennett said, it's either you are okay taking, getting in that position or selling your coin at that price, or if you really want to hedge it, it doesn't work really well because, for example, let's say you're buying at 25,000, right? But you don't actually want to buy it at 25,000. If prices go down to 25, you could technically short at 25,000 the amount you are going to buy on futures. But the problem with that is if it goes under 25,000, but then it goes above, right? So the problem is if it's going to kind of go sideways and go below, go above, go below, go above, like kind of over and over again, then you're just going to get chopped and you're going to pay a lot of transaction fees and you might even lose money because you're shorting at 25. It's going to bounce to 25, 50. You're just going to lose $50 or whatever. So it's kind of hard to hedge it. So usually the way we do it is selecting a really good strike price. The thing is, for option sellers, you're winning like 99% of the time, right? Because 99% of the time, the option is expiring worthless. That means you make money. So you could just kind of like, when you do take a loss, you can just take it, right? You can just be like, hey, I lost 1% of the time. This is part of the game. And then, but the 99% of the time, I'm not losing, makes up for it. So that's the way I kind of look at it.
Cool.
Yeah, Max, I think Max.
Next question.
What is the difference in execution speed between webhooks versus API? I believe webhooks is faster because it's like a direct stream that's always open. But the biggest thing is that a lot of people who do algo trading, they use services kind of like I don't know, like even 3 commas, right? For 3 commas, you kind of put your API keys on there. So like TradingView is sending alert to 3 commas, and then 3 commas is handling that alert and sending it to your API key on a different exchange. So it's that extra step that's causing slower latency. So basically it's going through 2 points, 2 locations before it gets to wherever you want it to go. And for us, it's directly coming to your account. So it's basically cutting off that one location. So it's basically reducing your latency by half. Yep, I think that's it. Let me put your screen back on.
By the way, I just it was a tiny trade, but off stream, I made $1 on Pepe. Guys, if you guys want to see the trade I just took, I traded an overextended move, made money like instantly. I shorted this because this is so overextended. Like, there's no reason for Pepe to be here when Bitcoin's falling. I shorted and I just immediately took profit and made money. Like, this one was pretty easy. The volume spike, the overextension, it's going to pull back because Bitcoin wasn't reflecting that. So I made after fees, I made a 60-cent profit. So we are up exactly $15 on stream, made some money.
Percentage-wise, it's pretty good.
What was that?
Percentage-wise, it's very good.
Yeah, like percentage-wise, it's great to be up 3%. But I just found that to be a really tempting trade because this shouldn't, this is just volume that's kind of errant, and this is what you want to play against. This is what you want to short when something like this happens. So, yeah. Again, when it comes to SignalBot and all these questions, I'm actually currently right now trying to code a SignalBot that does exactly what I've been showing you guys on the 1 second time frame. The issue I'm having with it, though, is I'm having a lot of issues coding it. If anyone here is good at PineScript, let's see if I actually have the script for it on TradingView. I've been trying so hard to code it. Let me see if I can open it. No, it's none of these. Anything? No, it's not here. Basically, all I'm trying to do is to get it to buy on a 0.1% increase on the 1 second time frame, and to sell on a 0.1% decrease on the 1 second time frame. But I've had so many issues trying to get that PineScript strategy to work. So if anyone knows how to do it, like please let me know so I can get it on Pionex. Because you can set alerts in the 1 second time frame. It does work. It's just I've been unable to like make the PineScript to make the strategy, if that makes sense. I've tried ChatGPT too. So why is my thing like zoomed in? I want the two screener. Let's get a two screen going. There we go. Okay, are there any other questions I need to answer? Start. How do I make? Okay, you answered that. Yeah. You also showed how to make the signal bot, which was really helpful as well.
Glad it was. Yeah, if people have their own scripts, they can definitely throw it on Pionex. I think if it's a convenient way versus going through a broker and things like that.
Yeah, actually, speaking of that, do you think that Pionex GPT could help me with this wonderful strategy that I'm trying to make?
We can try it, but there's definitely the more complex the strategy is. It's
I know. I'm gonna say using. Usually, you have to workshop with it like after. Buy on a 0.1% price increase and sell on a 0.1% price decrease. And for those who are like, this seems like a dumb strategy. This is not buying Bitcoin on a 0.1% increase. It's buying Pepe. It's using Bitcoin to trade Pepe. And Pionex GPT absolutely hates my guts and wants to go play video games right now and not answer my question.
I think you just gotta refresh.
I thought you'd only be left on red when you're on Tinder. Pionex GPT. Look at this.
Oh, network error.
This is exactly what every girl on Tinder is going to tell you. That line error. Please try again.
That'd be funny if someone on Tinder started saying that.
I would marry me right now. You're funny. You're gonna keep me young by me laughing all the time. No, but I already have a girlfriend, so Pionex GPT, back off, please. I love her very much.
Your AIs are becoming sentinel. They're understanding.
I know.
They're hitting on you.
If you heard about the girl who went viral on Twitter for training a bot to date people, you saw it, charging for the per minute.
I did see that. That's crazy. Yeah.
She made what was it, tens of thousands of dollars per day. Jeez. And she's not even doing anything. What was that?
I'm in the wrong line of business.
You are. I mean, just make yeah. Okay, it seems like someone in chat might actually be able to help me create a latency bot. Is this? Oh yeah, this is going to be TradingView. Let's see if this does it. It looks good so far. Let's throw this into. Let's throw this in and just pray to God that it works.
I don't think it's going to directly work. I think it's going to be some.
No, probably not. But there's enough people, there's enough minds here that we can probably figure it out within minutes. So this is something that if it works out, I will put it on what's it called? I'm going to put it on Pionex so that everyone can trade it for free. I'm not going to charge for any of this stuff. I don't charge commission. So free stuff all around, except for my very cheap Discord at only $15 a month. Here, let me do strategy. Okay, so here it is. It's probably not going to work, but let's see any issues it might have. Okay. So for anyone good with PineScript, what was the issue here that it didn't like? Didn't I click add to chart?
What was the issue?
Oh, I just think it hasn't added yet.
Okay.
I think that for some reason it's not adding, but it's not giving me any error logs. And typically it does,
What?
unless it's like
Go to strategy tester. Oh yeah, well, it
good
should.
idea. It's not even
Load.
like
Yeah, save that.
yeah, you see, man, it's not even like loading. But if anyone has an idea for how to make this, please do let me know, because then we can all trade latency.
You want to send it? It's not adding to your chart.
It's not adding my chart for some reason, which is a trading view issue, actually.
You want to send it over to me? Let me try it.
Sure, man. I will send it over to you. I'll send it to you. Why not just through YouTube chat? I think it sent in like 3 different messages, man. But if you just copy all of that, it should be good.
Okay. Let me try that.
Check out, LM said, check out Discord. I can do that after the stream. Guys, my goal with all this is I create a bot that basically we would all benefit from this. I have the 1 second trading view plan. I can make alerts to the 1 second trading view plan. You guys don't even need to buy the plan. I would host that strategy on Pionex, and it would use 1 second data from Bitcoin, from Binance Bitcoin, to buy or sell altcoins like LDO or Pepe. And if that works out well, you could get some very good trades like every day. Like if you have a threshold of 0.25% over 1 second or something like that, you can make a lot of money from trying to be the first guy to short or the first guy to long. So yeah, I really like latency trading. I know that a lot of people think that it's like gone because of bots, but with meme coins, it's really not. A lot of these coins just maybe institutions don't want to do it, don't want to touch these coins, but like there's plenty of things you can do to make money on them. So Bitcoin's kind of falling here. Let's get the 2 screener, see what's going on. Oh, looks like what's it called? Pepe is dropping below. That's awesome. I actually kind of want to buy Pepe on a stop loss hunt. There we go. We can just get Pepe below 1.6. That'd be great. I still have my. Oh, I canceled my orders. No, I just want. I want this. I want 1585 as my golden. Give me that. I just really want Bitcoin to fall. I mean, Pepe to fall low. 1585, 1575, 1595. So guys, I'm just putting out some stop loss orders. Well, orders to catch stop losses. And I just need a bit of a sell-off below 1.6. Great. Is there enough pressure from Bitcoin falling to get Pepe to fall? That is the question.
Ben, you want to send me the prompt you used, and I can just put it.
Sure. Let me open a new tab to go to Pionex/chat. So the prompt that I use is create a Pine script strategy.
Yeah, I think it's working for me, but let me see just send me the
that buys when price increases by 0.1%. It sells. Do you need me to say the rest, or do you got it?
Yeah, the whole thing.
It sells when price decreases by 0.1%. Yeah, that's it, man.
Just send it to me on Discord.
On Discord? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pop it open right now. Okay. There you go.
Sounds good.
And I'm hoping you can do some damage with that prompt. I kind of want to short Pepe right now, just like open short it. But I'm waiting for Bitcoin to fall, because if Bitcoin can fall, then Pepe will probably just tank. So, but I have my orders at 1595 and 1585 if we do fall on Pepe. anyone have any question on latency or correlation trading or statistical arbitrage? If anyone has any questions, now would be definitely the time to ask. Come on, Pepe, just tank, please. I need Bitcoin to tank for that to happen, though.
So, do you go short?
No, I'm not in any position. I have orders. That's why I want Pepe to fall. I'm not short yet.
So I checked out the script. So basically, I got a script. I copied it over to my trading view, and then it's got an error. So I just copy and paste the error back into ChatGPT and tell him to fix it for me.
Daniel wanted to know the prompt, so I'm going to give it to him. Prompt equals. I'm trying to do that.
I just basically do this whole thing. Like if it doesn't work on TradingView, I'll just like send the error message back.
And yeah, I mean that can work. Another thing that I like to do is to use other code that I've created and then referencing that. Like if I'm like, how do I plot? I might just copy the plot code from a different code that I've used before.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like this dumps Chat GPT and Google Bard. I don't know why, but like it's such a simple strategy too. Just like give me alerts to buy or sell so I can latency arbitrage.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. And time frame doesn't need to be specified either at all, because the time frame that you're on is the time frame that the alert will use.
Gotcha. Let's see if this
does anything. Come on, Pepe, just tank, man. Is there any more volatility elsewhere, like LDO? Oh, LDO is very volatile. Why have I not been like trading more LDO? It's like tanked. That's awesome. Yeah. How do I want to trade LDO, if anything? Okay, so it looks like it has like no correlation to Bitcoin right now, or a very strange correlation to Bitcoin. Open interest falling as expected. Do I want to buy LDO? Maybe. Is there a previous support that I should be, or previous resistance that I should be looking at? Let's see here. So it looks like LDO, guys, is falling toward previous resistance right below 2.3. I might be tempted to actually put in buy orders right below 2.3. I feel like that could be a great place to collect stop losses and to buy at a good price. So that's going to be probably my strategy on LDO if we even get that low, right below 2.3. As for Pepe, there's just not too much going on here. I'd rather just trade LDO. I actually want to put some orders out on LDO right below 2.3. See if I can get these filled. I'll do 2.29. Let's probably better do it this way.
So I fixed all the so Pionex GPT fixed the errors, but it didn't generate any orders.
Yeah, that's the issue, man. If you test this out in the 1 minute time frame, there's every single move is more than 10 basis points, right? So yeah, I don't know why it stumps the bots. So Santiago, you said, okay, so many questions here. I'm going to start with Santiago. You said you're using Pionex. When people have large losses and are trying to start afresh, the thing I like to tell them is find your niche, like find what you're really good at. Would you say that you're good at short-term trading? Would you say that you're good at coding? Would you say that you're, I don't know, good at longer-term stuff? it's probably best to Pionex GPT is free, Santiago. You can just use it on the website. But basically, just find what you're good at and identify what you're good at, and then avoid what you're bad at and just pursue what you're good at. So, like an example about me, I feel like I'm good at arbitrage and I'm good at short-term trading. So when it comes to arbitrage, I do that on my own, and dual investments, kind of arbitragey, passive income. And then I also short-term trade live. So because I feel like I'm good at that, that's what I pursued. But yeah, find what you're good at.
Find what you're good at. Yeah, you gotta find your edge. Using the grid bot. So using the grid bot, if you're using it on the wrong time, using the grid bot is similar to buying Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin is going down and you're using a grid bot, then you're just gonna be losing less money. So it's not a magical bot that's going to be making you money no matter if Bitcoin is going down or up. So it still really matters your entry price for Bitcoin. For example, if you entered at 20,000 on Bitcoin, even if price was 20,000 a year later, the bot would have made you money because it's been trading for you and you're probably going to be up 10-20%. But if you got in with a grid bot at 60,000, then you're going to lose money no matter what because you just bought super high. So, so the grid bot is just like, you still have to use your own intuition and views on the market to be able to make money, right? It's not just like, let me open a grid bot. It's going to be, making me profit no matter what type of market it is. So that's why, we introduced Pionex GPT in the marketplace, because for algo traders, it's going to be more flexible. You do have, we don't guarantee that, the algo is going to work, but it definitely has more of a chance because you're going to be shorting and longing based off of different signals people have developed. So
speaking of signals, I'm seeing a fantastic trade on LDO that just happened, guys. This again comes to latency trading and correlation stuff. Bitcoin just increased a fair amount at 0.2% in a few seconds. And how do you play this on LDO? Look at this edge you can get. Bitcoin increases a lot, right? LDO didn't. LDO at this point where my cursor is, where they're all lined up, LDO just did not increase that much. Had you bought here, you'd be up 1% right now. So it's so important to trade this before a move on an altcoin happens, meaning basically if Bitcoin does anything, and if you can long or short in consolidation to get a high probability trade, things don't go your way, you just, take a 1% loss. But I think things will go your way more often than not when Bitcoin starts trending. So sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to show a really good latency trade that would have worked well in Pionex too.
No, I was done. I was done anyways. No problem. Yeah, that is a very good trade though. I'm looking at it right now, and Bitcoin definitely went up a lot higher, and then Lido followed afterwards.
Yep, it sure did. And if I see like Bitcoin at 27.4, if it like pumps up there, I mean, I would probably want to buy Lido,
Right.
It's just that I just really like that there's so much lag, before this caught up. I wonder if there was lag on Pepe as well, or if Pepe increased at the same time. So Bitcoin increased a lot here, then Pepe increased. And then look at this random sell-off on Pepe that was like the silliest thing ever. Like, if you see Bitcoin trending up like this and you see a sell-off like this, do not be scared. Like, it's better to hold your long position. There's no reason, because now Bitcoin's like doing something. Has LDO increased at all? Oh, it did. Yeah. Let's see here. LDO is decreasing a little bit. Maybe I could get a small right when I was about to buy. Oh my gosh. I was about to buy, and then look at that. Come on. You just like shoving in my face, Lido. Look at this. Like I was literally like, oh, maybe I should buy. Now it's up 0.6%. I can't buy that high. Guys, look at this lag. Look at this beautiful lag. It happens like, why have market makers allowed this inefficiency to be active? Like, Bitcoin goes up and then Lido waits like 10 seconds and then does the same exact move. I mean, are these bots on lag?
I think there's just like less market makers in the market now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing because these things are correlated, but they're correlated in a very laggy kind of style.
Yeah. Have you noticed this type of have you noticed this type of opportunity on a longer time frame, or no? Or is this just always very short?
There's no latency. There's no latency on a longer time frame. On a longer time frame,
this type of correlation.
Sure. So I showed it before, but typically you're going to see a more positive correlation in the short term and a less positive correlation in the long term. So, now we're pumping. Okay, I'm just buying this in, whatever. So did I get in? No, it was just an order. I thought I bought at 2.37. No, I wanted to buy so bad, guys. I put an order at 2.37. I thought it transacted, but oh man, that would have been nice. Okay, guess I have to wait for the next one.
Some pretty big volume coming in though. I think
for Bitcoin or for LDO?
For Bitcoin, tag 2750.
I'm loving this so much. I just want, if we get one more pump, I'm just going to go into Pepe or LDO happily. Where is Pepe though? Where did it go? Where are you? Here, Pepe. I'm almost gonna type in. Pepe is like not increasing that much though. If you look at the price, it's still in consolidation, and Bitcoin left consolidation, went a lot higher.
Yeah.
I don't know why Pepe is kind of struggling here. It's kind of not really doing too much. LDO though is like happy to increase. And this is actually a lot bigger than it looks because this is a 2% increase, but it looks tiny because of how much volatility there is on LDO, on Lido or whatever you call it. Maybe my last trade could be a trade on Lido because the correlation's so good. Depending on what Bitcoin does, if we have a non-reaction from Lido, like I want to trade that. So Santiago, you said, thanks for answering my question. I believe I'm a trader and not really an investor, but I think the right move is to try both. Yeah, man, definitely check out dual investment for more investment stuff and longer term approach. And for example, if you sell Bitcoin at a bad price, you can use dual investment. If you buy Bitcoin at a bad price, you can use dual investment to kind of earn some income there. And when it comes to trading, I'd recommend you check out my private Discord. We've priced it like super cheap at $15 a month, and we help traders like you make money. So definitely check that out.
I think Santiago is in the US, so he can't get access to shorting.
But isn't like Kraken and some other exchanges?
No
Kraken allows that.
No shorting. They banned it.
Yeah.
You gotta use Pionex Global, Santiago.
Yeah. Get move to Palau. You
gotta hop the Great Firewall of America.
Yeah, go to Canada. Okay, is Bitcoin going to be volatile? Come on, Bitcoin, do something. I'm just waiting for Bitcoin to like rise or fall $100. If we can get this at like 27,600 in like 20 seconds, that'd be nice. So I can just buy everything into Lido. Okay, this is a bit overextended. This is really over. Yeah, okay, that's a little too much. Am I going to even get filled? Oh, I didn't even get filled. Fill me at 2.377? No. Did I get filled? No, I did not. That's a shame. That's when you should probably use a market order. I was trying to sell at 2377 because do you guys see what happened here where Lido pumped but Bitcoin didn't? And then we all kind of knew it was going to fall. And yeah, I missed my opportunity though. I can't do anything about it now, but I was trying to short that top. But what I can do though is if Bitcoin dumps, I'm going to be definitely shorting Lido. But I need a dump of at least like $50 of Bitcoin, because these moves don't really mean much, but this was an overextension for sure. So I hope that, Liquid, are you new here? Because we've been trading the 1 second time frame the whole time, and it's actually we're up 3%. So doing not too shabby. Jay, do you have any alpha you want to give or any last minute stuff you want to say about the platform?
I think you covered basically. I think we covered everything, guys. I don't. this was I think this was a very great, very long live stream. I don't think I have anything to add. I think I just want to, thank you for all the alpha you have been sharing to everybody. Yeah, no, thank you. I think this is definitely a great live stream.
Yeah, and if you copy my
dude. I mean, we also made money live. You also made 15% on one of your on the was it Pepe short? Was it Pepe short?
So these are the 3 trades.
17% on Pepe short. Yep. Yeah. Awesome. 3 for 3.
That was a good trade. That was our short at 16.23 and getting on at 16.09. And the reason I did that was just because of the overextended move on Pepe that wasn't reflected on Bitcoin, making it pretty likely that it was just going to tank and go back to its average.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
I don't recommend this strategy for everyone because you really have to understand correlation. But if there's a bot that could do it for me, that would be golden. If anyone's figured out how to use TradingView PineScript better than I can. Because if I could get a bot doing this in the 1 second time frame with no latency, that would be awesome. Take profit, stop loss 1%. That'd be good. Okay. Cool. Any last volatility? No. If anything, I want to probably buy Lido, but it seems kind of buying resistance. Bitcoin looks bullish. That's just the last thing to say. I feel like this is bullish. I'm sorry that you haven't bought yet, Jay, but I feel like we're gonna keep going higher, man.
I know, me too. I might just have to chase in, to be honest.
No. That's the whole point. You got to use dual investment.
I do. No. I already have dual investment orders placed, so that's what I mean. I might just have to. I don't think we're gonna go lower. I got a dual investment at 27,000, just like you. But I don't think it's gonna hit it today. That's the problem.
You mean like go below 27K and give you?
Yeah. That's what I'm scared of.
Yeah. Then you just get a bit of extra premium, and then you just can roll that back into like maybe a 27,250 strike price or something like that.
Okay. All right. You know what? You convinced me. I'm not gonna chase.
Yeah, I mean, your platform's optimized to help people not chase with all dual investment stuff. But that being said, like on my Coinbase account, I've made some like bad trades here and there.
Everybody makes some bad trades.
My rule of thumb, if you guys want like another bit of alpha, that's just like general stuff that I tell myself, advice for myself, basically. I'm trying not to get sued. With spot trading and unlevered trading, you have the luxury of not being forced to chase. Just because the market's rising, you have all the time in the world to buy anywhere. With futures, it's the opposite. With a lot of futures trades that I take, they're very short term, and I'm actually looking at buying into uptrends and selling into downtrends. Whereas with spot, you're not really trading the trend; you're more trading the price. What I mean by that is you have the luxury of buying at 26K and selling at 28K, waiting as long as you want for that to happen. Not with futures. With futures, it might make sense to buy at 27,500 and sell at 28K. Whereas with spot, it might not make sense because you have so much luxury of time. Okay, so does that make sense? Chase with futures. Well, don't chase with futures, but futures trade the trend. Spot just trade prices and try to get the best price you can, even if it requires like months of waiting. That's what I do, at least.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I feel like I want to take more, but I feel like we should probably just close it out. And I'll just take my 3% profit.
Yeah,
$15 profit.
I think we can leave it at that. Yeah, guys, just for everyone who hasn't signed up yet, be sure to sign up through Bennett's link and take advantage of the promotion we got going on right now. Using futures gridbot, just use it, test it out, and then you can enter to win a share of the $10,000 USDT pool. So I think it's chosen at random. You just got to look at the rules. It's in the description. I think we're choosing like 20 users randomly to win up to win a portion of that. So it's pretty cool. Be sure to sign up and take advantage of that.
Do you want to post like a last minute link to it in chat so people can easily click it?
For sure. Let me go grab it. It should be in the description, but let me grab it. I will post it in the chat. All right, cool. It is posted in the chat.
Bitcoin, I'm thinking we're probably need a stop loss on right above 27,600. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. We got to make money together. Live trading didn't blow up in my face, which is always good. We did investment. Yeah.
You hit 343, man. I think that is more than anything we can ask for. So yeah, thank you for being on here. Thank you for live streaming with me. I had a lot of fun. Thank you for sharing all the alpha, man. I'm glad to be live streaming with you. It was a good time.
Definitely. I'm like Rain Man. If you've seen the movie, I keep saying the same thing over and over. Check correlation. Like correlation's everything in these markets, even on the 1 second time frame.
Correlation.
Yeah. Correlation over any other indicator you can name. So.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you guys have any more questions, you can just post in my Discord. If you have any questions for Jay, what's the best way to reach you, Jay? Do you want them to go to Twitter, Discord?
Oh yeah, let me drop my Twitter. I think it's somewhere. Give me a second. Let me find it. Yeah, just message me on Twitter, or on Discord. But Twitter here. Yeah, drop me a follow, message me on Twitter, and if you have any questions, concerns, help, if you need help, whatever, just hit me up and I'll get back to you guys.
Yeah. And if you guys want that free 1 second data, go to Binance or go to OKX and you're going to get it if you guys weren't here for that part too. So there you go.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Thank you guys for coming. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Pionex.
Thank you. All right. You guys have a nice rest of your day.
All right. Peace.
Peace.